Acting weird. Let me hit. Oh, shoot. There we go. Just had to hit it again. Can you hear the audio? You can hear me? Can I start? Welcome to North County's brand new stadium as they are here for their first home opener of the season against the St. Louis Patriots. They have a brand new field to start out the new year. What do you think about that, Chad?
I think it's fantastic, Zach. It's playable in most weather conditions. Of course, you get a tornado or lightning, you can't go, but Coach loves it. He says we've been able to practice virtually every day, even after it's been rainy, and so it's really been a nice gift for this team. You know, Zach, as we broadcast on UniTec Digital Media, our classroom's just right up the hill, so we've been really kind of privy to the progress this thing has made throughout the school year, and I know that the baseball team is proud to have it. And as you see our shots on our live stream, we've got the baseball team, we've got the superintendent, Katie Bachman, Dr. Brandon Gregory, the superintendent to be, is out there for the ribbon cutting, and we'll have some Hall of Famers being announced a little bit later today as well, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, of course, the new field's better for the team, but the new field also, you got to admit, it looks much nicer than the other field, too.
It's beautiful, isn't
like,
it?
I can see just sitting here, it's just gorgeous field.
You don't have to cut it. You never have a blade of grass out of place. And,
exactly.
You don't have to drag the dirt. You just have to, vacuum it, make sure that there isn't any trash on it, things like that. Sounds like we're going to be competing against the PA on our audio all night long, but we'll do our best.
Yeah. Well, North County had a rough start to the season, starting 0-1. Didn't even get a single hit in their home opener at MAC yesterday. They were playing Hillsboro, and, Hillsboro was just dominant that whole game. Scored 11 runs in the first inning without even getting an out. I mean, Hillsboro's just a team to beat this year for sure.
Hillsboro's had such a tremendous run of athletes, whether it's football, wrestling, track, softball, whatever it is. They are really on an upswing in terms of having some talent, and unfortunately for North County, it came at their cost yesterday.
Yeah, but, I mean, you just want to find something that's not that for your season opener against Hillsboro. So they'll come into their first home game without a hit, starting fresh, trying to erase that game that they was yesterday. The St. Louis Patriots have already played 8 games. They are 5-3 on the season. On the mound for the Patriots today is Logan Stewart. He throws pretty much the basic pitches, fastball, curveball, slider, all that. Chad, what do you think about Logan Stewart?
Well, I haven't seen him pitch, but, talk to his teammates, talk to his coach a little bit. Has some nice stuff. He'll run it up into the middle 80s, they say, which is a nice lively arm at the high school level. He'll throw a little bit harder than his counterpart today for North County, Connor Helms, getting his first start for North County. He'll go in the upper 70s, and he'll have kind of that usual complement, fastball, curve, and change. They really like his curveball. They feel like he can use that as an out pitch or really to set up some guys as well. We will have the full lineups for you, Zach, but you want to learn a little bit more about this new field?
Sure. Let's go ahead and show a video taken from one of our UniTec Digital Media students, Bailey Juliet.
In Bonne Terre, Missouri started the school year with construction on a new baseball field, and now the finished results are here. The project cost was about $1.2 million, and it took about 4 months for them to complete. Athletic Director Jimmy Palmer explains where the funds for the new field came from.
I'm pretty sure we had some money left in our capital funds, and Ms. Bachman was and Dr. Gregory were very open-minded with this idea as far as how it would help our program and our school district, not just our school teams, but our youth teams as well. And they jumped on board pretty quick, and our school board approved it, and we moved forward with the project.
Before making the new field turf, it was natural ground, which means the games were either canceled or rescheduled whenever there was bad weather. Now there is a drainage system under the field to prevent the loss of any games. North County baseball coach Jacob Donzie expresses his opinions on the new field.
We'll be able to practice a lot more, play a lot more. You know, if we're going to a field, say like Patriots, who has a natural surface, if they can't play that day, that we could always play here. So we get a chance to play a lot more games now.
Another feature of the new field is that it's softball compatible. This allows North County's softball team to use the field for their games as well. Palmer explains how the field will be used for softball.
Which we got a heavy-duty fence for softball. A little less than that, but,
So will that go
close.
between the baseball field and the softball or the tennis courts?
Yes, and it's movable. So we'll have to find a place to store that during baseball season. But it'll be nice. We'll set it up early fall, leave it there for softball, and then move it for baseball season.
Donzie also believes the field can help with other aspects of both softball and baseball.
Just the trueness of it. You don't have to worry about getting bad hops. You know, it is high school baseball, so not everybody has a guy like Dennis that can take care of a baseball field. So, and player safety too.
North County is very excited about the new field and cannot wait for its use in the spring.
I mean, I even have kids that haven't played baseball that are really excited to see how the field turns out. So maybe that'll get more kids to come out.
All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and hit those starting lineups. For the home team, the North County Raiders, we're going to start off with Jackson Scherfus leading off the game. Then we move on to Tim Extum Jr., and then we got Zane Huff, Tyler Pipkin, Xavier Scherfus, the brother of Jackson Scherfus, Zach Metter, Connor Helms, the pitcher for today's game, Michael Huff, and Bryce Varner, who is the DH, batting ninth. You know, like I said, they don't have any stats. They were given a no-hitter yesterday. 2 of the players walked, no runs at all. They didn't get to second base at all that game. It was a rough first game here, and I'm sure that this lineup is looking to start fresh today.
And no numbers yesterday, as you said. And this lineup we're going to learn a lot about this season, Zach, because they have some seniors that haven't played all 4 years. So, you know, a few of those guys don't have some numbers from last year. You have some freshmen in the starting lineup. So it's going to be maybe a little bit of an evolving lineup, certainly an improving lineup. In talking with Jacob Donzie, he likes this team. He thinks they have a good spirit. He likes the talent on this club. But you know, it might take just a little bit to gel. Now, we not only, Zach, had a ribbon cutting here, and we're going to have the Hall of Fame ceremony coming up a little bit later. We'll talk about that as we move along. But the new tennis courts right off to our left. We'll see if Jacob can give us a shot of the new tennis courts. And the tennis courts are right off to the left of where we are. They dedicated the new Mary Hayne courts today. So that was a great ribbon cutting, and then showing off one of the centerpieces of this North County district, the track and football stadium just across the way. They're having a track meet today. So busy day in North County.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I tell you, when I got here, it took me 20 minutes to find parking.
Would everyone please rise?
So many people have been here.
Gentlemen,
here's the national anthem.
For the singing of our national anthem to be sung by the North County Singers.
Well, if for ball games, Zach, and our weather is anything like our national anthem, we're going to have a fun day. Great job right there.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be sung by the seniors. That was quite a surprise, too, there. So moving on, let's talk about some of the players for the St. Louis Patriots. Again, they're 5-3. Much better start to their year than the North County Raiders.
Well, of course, they've played 8 games, and North County's only played 1, so
Exactly.
they haven't had a big chance to really, prove a lot yet.
But, the thing here is the Patriots are warmed up. They've got stats.
Yeah, 8 games in, you're right.
Yeah. So North County is only their second game. They just started the season yesterday, and if we're being honest, it wasn't that great of a start, And so they're still young. They're still getting into the swing of things for the year. Again, no baseball pun intended. But the Patriots, they're warmed up. They've played some games. They know how it's going to work. So they are definitely more experienced for this year. Talking about their lineup today, we got Skaggs starting off with the leadoff hit. He's out in left field. Then we got Smith, Dickman, Stewart, Shark, Stoker, is that Jansen, my bad, I'm sorry, Parker, and Atkerson. That is the lineup here. Atkerson plays catcher position. Parker plays left field. Jansen is going to be the DH for the day. The Stoker is going to be second base. Shark is going to play right field. Stewart, again, is going to be on that mound. Dickman is going to play shortstop, and Smith is going to be on first base. North County, of course, being the home team, is going to start off defensively, and I'm sure any start to their game will be better than yesterday's start.
Jackson Scherf is going to be the guy behind the plate. It's always interesting to me when you have a freshman catcher, because to me that speaks to kind of a kid that's probably grown up around baseball, already probably has a lot of innings under his belt. I think catcher I think it's the hardest job. I think it's the most demanding. I think it's a leadership position. So really looking forward to Jackson Scherf behind the plate and the way he goes about his business there. I talked with Coach Donzie before the ball game, and I said, so freshman behind the plate, do you call the pitches? Do you let him do it? He said the freshman Scherf is going to call the pitches today, so I'm going to look forward to that.
Well, Scherf catched the game yesterday too, and I can't recall maybe one time he let the ball go behind him. So it's not just
That's impressive.
It's not just a young catcher that is just out there to try to get some practice. He is pretty good at what he does too.
Yeah, it's the varsity level, so you'd expect him to be able to do his work. Connor Helms, we'll get kind of our first taste of him this year, Zach. Only the second game in, and he gets his first trip atop the mound here to lead North County defensively.
I was thinking before the game, I think North County's biggest weakness yesterday's game was that whole left side of the field. You got the third baseman in, Tyler Pipkin Jr., just Tyler Pipkin, I'm sorry. So you got him at third base. He was starting pitching yesterday, got the loss, infinite ERA, as he did not gather a single out. It's not his fault. He did his job on the mound. He let them hit the ball. He didn't just walk everybody.
Through strikes, but you have an aggressive swinging and a lineup with Hillsborough that really makes a lot of contact.
Well, and then you hear the wind right now. The wind is also going really crazy right now, but the wind was worse yesterday. So, in the wind, if you hit the ball, it's going harder, and it's going farther than you ever would have thought it would be in a non-windy game. So you also got them, and then Hillsborough was just attacking the left field side to where Zane Huff out in left field was also getting a lot of work. He was clearly getting exhausted by the end of the game because they would just hit it to the fence. He'd run out there, he'd come back, then they'd hit it to the fence again over and over. So Hillsborough really attacked that left side, and I think if the Patriots want to win this game, they attack that left side again.
Skaggs is actually a lefty to lead him off, Zach, and there's a little breeze from the left to the right side, so that'll help out these left-handed batters as we get going. Helms actually working from the stretch here instead of the windup as the starting pitcher.
That first pitch will be way inside, and so Skaggs had to get out of the way there to avoid being hit. Count starts out 1-0. Lucky that he didn't get hit with that one. Looked like to be a fastball inside. Here comes the windup. The pitch is hit to the second baseman. Grabs the ball and collects the first out. That was to Michael Huff, and then back to the first baseman, Xavier Scherfis, to gain that first out. And you see after that first batter, they're doing already better than they did yesterday against Hillsborough. So 2 pitches for Michael Huff. He gathers that first out. Or not Michael Huff, I'm sorry, Connor Helms. Michael Huff was the second baseman who made that out. Connor Helms, the windup. That one is going to be Fastball high. Called for a ball.
Whoa.
So
what are we, Zach, about 70 degrees, a little breeze, blue sky.
Yeah.
That's a good day for a ball game.
Yeah, it is. Well, I was sweating earlier. I thought it was really hot, but kind of cooled off. Now I'm wishing I brought a jacket as he swings on that low one. Now we got Ben Smith, or hold on one second.
Little disappearing curveball that time from Helms. Nice job by him. Sets it up middle of the zone. Dropped it off the table. Smith swings over the top.
Yeah, it is Ben Smith. I'm sorry, I got his name confused for a second. That ball is outside, and so the count will fall to 2-1.
It's kind of interesting. Their top two guys hit under 300, and then you've got 7 guys in a row that are 300 or 400 or better.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots are a very offensive team. Look to pause a little bit on that windup as Smith is going to hit that one out to left center, and that's our first base runner of the game.
A little flare to the left side, got just over the top of Ekstrom there at shortstop. Good clean single, and we'll see our first right-handed hitter of the day.
Bringing up Dickman. He's going to be, like you said, the first right-hand hitter of the game, and we're going to see how Connor Helms handles a right-hand hitter. He let the lefties hit on him. One got a single to left center. One got a ground out to second base. That ball is high. Called for a ball 1.
Number 3 hitter and kind of what you'd expect, a 360 average for him on the year. He's still looking for his first extra base hit, though.
Well, you know, everybody likes to talk about all those doubles and the triples, but, you know, as long as you get a single, I mean, again, like you said, he is a strong hitter. As long as you get a single, you've done your job as a hitter. And he's swinging the bat there to get that one fouled back.
Well, he also reaches base, too. I mean, you want a guy that's going to be loading the bases, and Dickman on base at a 500 clip this year.
That is insane. That ball is looking to try to curve there, but it's going to be high. 2 balls, 1 strike to start off for Dickman. Jonathan Dickman has 2 RBIs on the season as Connor Helm trying to pick off the runner at first. Be just a little late. The throw was high over there and had to make a jumping catch with David Scherfus to prevent that ball from going behind him.
Well done by him.
Yeah, really is. Xavier Scherfus made a couple pretty good plays for the North County Raiders yesterday in that loss versus Hillsborough, as that ball is going to be inside, and it looks to me like Connor Helms wanted that one to be a strike. Wasn't so fond on that call on the umpire. 3 balls, 1 strike for Dickman. The pitch is going to be right down the middle.
That's the way to come back on that 3-1, right? And,
yeah.
You know, it wasn't a hitter's pitch either. It was one of those pitcher's pitches, top of the zone, and he wanted to just take a little extra look at it. If he can get a ground ball here, that would sure help him.
The windup on the 3-2. That one's going to be inside. And Dickman will take a walk to get to first base. That'll advance Benjamin Smith to second. And we got our first runner in scoring position for Logan Stewart.
First walk of the day. And, you know, Helms threw a curveball there, Zach, but it just didn't break quite as much as he thought it was going to. If that curveball's working like he really wants it to, that probably dips in there for a strikeout.
A little too inside on that one. Logan Stewart, the pitcher, and we're back to lefties for the St. Louis Patriots. The pitch is going to be low, and Benjamin Smith was thinking about running, but third base coach told him to stay behind. And with that, Connor Helms has started off all 4 batters with balls.
You talked about that third base coach stopping his runner. And the reason for that is because Jackson Scherfus did a great job of smothering that ball down in the dirt, and this time he goes extended out to the left side to keep it in front as well. And, you know, the real worth of a catcher can come through when you have runners on base. And Jackson, just a freshman, doing a nice job being a good receiver and backstop so far.
Yes, absolutely. Logan Stewart on the 2-0. Connor Helms will throw his first strike. Curved a little bit to the center. Looked like that was going to be high, but it flew down just a little bit.
You know, I think Jackson framed it up a little bit. So not only have we seen him be a good backstop, I thought he did a nice job kind of framing that up. Maybe you got his pitcher an inch or two there.
That will be another ball, and the count will become 3-1 again for the second batter in a row for Connor Helms.
Nice work by Bailey Juliet, by the way, on that pregame piece, and good work by Emma Richards being our producer. Jacob Mathis running our camera for us today. Appreciate their good work.
Absolutely. Thank you all for coming today, as that one is hit high and right into the brand-new tennis court. Lucky nobody was standing there, as that makes the second batter in a row go to a full count.
Hope somebody doesn't take a full swing at it up there. They'll break a racket string.
Yeah. What I think right now Connor Helms should do is just try to throw a strike here. Don't do anything fancy trying to strike him out. He just walked the last batter. 2 walks to get the bases loaded would not be a good idea. And just as I said that, he's going to throw a fastball to the dirt for the second walk batter in a row. And we have our bases loaded for the St. Louis Patriots.
Number 20,
Benjamin Smith is at second. Jonathan Dickman is at Benjamin Smith is at third. Jonathan Dickman is at second. And Logan Stewart on that walk just got to first. Logan Stewart will be courtesy run, so he will head to the dugout again. He is the pitcher for the evening.
Sam Hart going to be running for him, and I love the guy's name coming to the plate, Zach.
Yeah, Will Shark.
Will Shark, what a great name.
Just said before the game, like, imagine how cool you'd be to have your last name be Shark. I mean, my last name is Dollar.
That's pretty good.
So that's a cool last name, too. Your last name is Speaker with a...
Good for a broadcaster, right?
I mean, when Mr. Lowry last year told me that our new teacher would be Chad Speaker, I'm like, so his job was to speak on the radio. Like, there's no way that's his real name.
Helms' last name could have been Curve right there, the way he threw that thing.
Yeah.
That was a dandy.
Good one for strike one. That's the first batter he's faced today that he throws a strike on the first pitch. And that pitch is going to be hit out deep to center field. Tracking it down, getting the grab. That was Cole Mullins out in center field. He will not be hitting today. The DH, Bryce Varner, will be there for him.
So Shark gets the RBI, Zach, with the fly ball to center field. But you know what? Helms gives up a long fly ball. Hey, that's a lot better than a single. It's a lot better than giving up something to a gap. Bases loaded, just one down. You give up only 1 run. He does a good job with this batter, and I think you could consider the end a success. And a nice job by Mullins going back on that ball.
Yeah, it's my bad. I didn't even realize that he was going to score. I was focused on congratulating Cole Mullins and talking about how he's not hitting today. Thanks for covering me up on that one.
Ben Smith gets in.
That one's going to be a high fly ball. Drop into the first base area. And that one is grabbed by Xavier Scherfis over at first base. And so North County, that will be much better than their start yesterday against Hillsborough. Only 1 run allowed through 6 batters. We'll take a break here along with them on UniTec Digital Media. All right, and we're back. The Raiders will get their first opportunity hitting-wise, and I bet they're looking for their first hit of the season after that 15-0 no-hitter that they received yesterday. Again, really good defensive-wise there, I think. They didn't just let them hit the ball, slug them wherever they wanted to slug it to. They really contained them in that inning and only allowed 1 run on a sacrifice fly. 2 of those were also walks, so a lot of it was pretty good defense getting the outs and much better start to this game and their first home game.
Nice comeback by Helms, after walking a pair. Zach gets the fly ball to center field and then is able to induce a pop-up to first base. So I thought when it got tough, he kind of got tougher.
Yep. We were talking about Jackson Scherfus behind the plate, being young and shocking as a young catcher. Also, he's young, but he's also the leadoff hitter,
Leadoff guy,
which shows really his talent at baseball. The first pitch will be fouled off for strike one.
Well, you can already tell. I mean, we were watching the warm-ups, Zach, but even first pitch, Logan Stewart, he's got a little bit more giddy up in that right arm.
Yeah.
I mean, he can bring a little heat here.
Logan Stewart, we were talking about him earlier. He played. He didn't play. He batted lefty earlier, and he's pitching righty. I'm sorry, I was blinking there for a second, as that one is outside for a ball one, but he was batting lefty, and now he's pitching righty. Wonder if he could bat righty too, probably.
Maybe so.
That next pitch is fouled off out of the park on the behind right side.
Scherfus kind of taking these first few pitches, getting used to the speed of Stewart out there.
Yep. Jackson Scherfus, again, went without a hit yesterday. He will be behind in the count 1-2. The final pitch, and that one is hit right to shortstop, and the shortstop will grab the ball for the first out. That was Dickman to come in and get that one.
15, Tim Exton.
Fly ball to the shortstop, and that's how we get our first out. Tim Exton Jr., actually, comes to get his his first appearance of the game.
They told us that Stewart can hit the mid-80s on velocity, and I'm starting to believe it. He's got some nice velocity on those fastballs.
The thing that shocks me about the Patriots is this isn't a high school. This is a homeschool Christian team.
Yeah.
And you see how they are. They have some athletes on this team. I am homeschooled, except when I go to digital media. And, like, a lot of people say that homeschoolers aren't athletic. Like, just look at this Patriots team and, like, look at Logan Stewart.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends, right? I mean, heck, Tim Tebow was homeschooled.
Was he really?
Yeah, it just depends who you are. But
that's news to me.
The Patriots, they've had a nice team throughout the years. 23-11 last year, Zach. I mean, they play a ton of games. They have a challenging schedule.
And they are 5-3, which is a pretty good record.
They're a team to be respected, certainly.
Stewart, that last pitch will be low and in the dirt. 1-2 for the second batter in a row. Behind in the count is Exton Jr. The pitch will be high foul. That is starting off both these batters almost the exact same way, 2 strikes, a ball, a foul. See what he does here. And what I can notice from Jackson Scherfus as this pitch happens, and that one is going to be low in the dirt. Looks like Exton Jr. wanted to swing at that one, but he will not, and that'll be the second ball. But what I noticed about Jackson Scherfus is he got out swinging. I believe the only 2 outs he got were strikeouts looking. So, I mean, I'm sure he was disappointed in himself, and he swung the bat there and got that ball to shortstop.
Yeah, a little pop to short. He kind of got in on the action.
Follow-up pitch will be a fastball down the middle, swung and missed for Tyler Exton Jr., and that is our first strikeout of the game for both teams. Strikeouts are brought to you by Belgrade State Bank.
Third, number 22, Zane Huff.
Zane Huff now the left fielder. Zane Huff, pretty good athlete. Last year he got to play behind Job Smith at the running back position on the football team. This year he was the starting running back, and I think a pretty big highlight for that struggling North County football team is that pitch is hit and a single up the middle, and that is the first hit of the North County Raiders 2024 spring baseball season.
Perfect timing for Huff. Was kind of laying dead red right there, waiting for the pass ball. Timed it out. He utilized his time in the box over there, watching the number 2 hitter, number 1 hitter, and kind of had that timing down. And one thing that you'll learn about Huff very quickly watching him in any sport, the kid can really move, and he's also built. This guy is a heavily muscled young man.
So that first hit will bring Zane Huff to first base. That ball was a curveball high. Tyler Pipkin now hitting for the North County Raiders.
Best returning average on the team, 250 last year.
He started pitching yesterday's game. He now has an infinite ERA. He yet to gather 1 out yesterday in that first inning. Bit rough day for him. Moved over to the third base position, had a couple errors too. So he's looking to kind of restart his season here as well as he falls to 1-1 on that foul to the right side.
You know what you have to kind of appreciate, though, about Pipkin yesterday is yeah, he faced a team that can really swing the bat, right, and connect, but he kept pounding the zone. And that's what you want out of it, really, and that's where you always have to start out of, I mean, really any level.
Yes. 1-1 is still the count. Comes the windup. That will be a low, what was that, a curveball,
Yeah,
I'd say?
that had some movement on it, too. One of those 12-6, roll me over and fall right out of the sky type of curveballs.
Count will be 2-1. Stewart will fall behind in the count. Trying to get the count back on track. It's going to wind up. The pitch will be hit. That's going to be over the head of the second baseman.
Watch Huff
Zane
move around
Huff
the bases.
Will make it to third, and he was there pretty quickly, too. They barely got the ball to the second baseman in time, or at least a cutoff man in time. If there was just a couple seconds later, Zane Huff would have rushed home and possibly scored. Zane Huff now at third as Tyler Pipkin with the single will go to first. That one was shot over the head of Stoker over at second.
If that's any indication of what the kind of the heart of the lineup is going to be like for North County, Zach, then that's good news. With Huff and Pipkin both singling and Pipkin really hammering it out to the gap.
And this is already looking to be a much better game. And I don't know if it's just a new luck on the new field as that one is grounded to the shortstop. He will make the throw and a long-reaching grab by the first baseman. That one was, I believe that was Smith over there at the first base. Long-reaching grab, great play as well by the shortstop Dickman to get that third out. So no runs scored for North County. We'll go ahead and take a break here on Digital Media.
Banking with people like you, UniTec Bank. We put you first in everything we do. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. We're your local hometown bank, your friends and neighbors too. Banking with people like you, UniTec Bank.
Hi, I'm Julie Pratt, and I would love to help you plan for retirement. At Belgrade.
All right. Ben Jampson is going to start off the inning. 1-0 St. Louis Patriots. North County off to a better offensive and defensive start in their first home game, and I'd be willing to say that's a brand new home field luck, wouldn't you, Chad?
I think so, and this Patriots lineup, Zach, is loaded with lefty talent.
Yes, it is. We were talking about Logan Stewart earlier. Batted lefty, but he's on the mound and he was pitched righty. That one was outside, called for a late strike.
How about that backdoor curveball? I mean, that was nice.
Yes, it was, absolutely. 0-1 for Jansen. That one is a low ball, 1-1. Ben
Jansen
Smith,
hitting 7th in this lineup, Zach. He hits 429.
that for the very beginning of the season, 8 games in, that's pretty great.
Oh, that's great. I mean, only, like you said, 8 games in, he's got a double, a triple, and he's already driven in 6 runs this year, putting him second on the team.
And can we mention that he's batting 7th.
Right, in the 7 hole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batting that high in the 7 hole is absolutely crazy, as that last ball was up high for a ball. That one's going to be low again. And so Connor Helms, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to confuse him with Michael Huff, who came in to relieve Pipkin yesterday. He did a pretty good job. Didn't allow a single run, minus the bases loaded situation that he was put in the first. But anyways, those 3 straight balls for Connor Helm. 4 straight as he walks Jansen to start off the inning. That's 3 walks for him.
That was kind of a tough luck when he started that batter off so well with that curveball, and I liked his pitch selection where he came back with the low fastball in the next pitch, but he just missed it low. That kind of turned around the at-bat for him.
Up now, Parker, the left fielder. Going to hit his first AB of the game. Pitch, that one's going to be high, and it looks like the wind really affected that one. 1-0 for Parker. Next pitch, Noah Parker. That one's going to be a little inside, but good enough. Called for a strike, and that's going to break the 5-ball streak for Connor Helm. The next pitch, that's going to be high. 2-1. Checking the runner over at first. The windup. The pitch is going to be fouled back into Scherf's glove. The catcher, Scherfus, not the first baseman. That's going to be a ball, or not a ball, strike, I'm sorry. The count falls to 2-2. Even count. And man, this wind is blowing. The pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss for Connor Helms. First swinging strikeout of the day and his first strikeout of the day. Again, strikeouts brought to you by Belgrade State Bank. And that is the first out of the inning. He makes up for that walk to start off the inning with a strikeout to get that first out. Jansen's still over at first. Wind up the pitch, it's going to be low for a ball.
But that mitt by Scherfus right there, though.
Yeah.
Thing is hot. Now, this is that turf field kind of helps a little bit, right?
It really does.
You know you're going to get a true hop, but still a great job by Scherfus to mitt that thing, and that left really no chance for Jansen to take off for second base.
Checks him down over at first, but like you were saying, even in a dirt field, a ball in the dirt, it's going to stir up dust, you know? So, like, you don't know if you can grab it. Thing that affects catchers the most is when dust comes flying up into the eyes, you know? And then it blocks their vision, the ball gets behind. My brother plays baseball. He's actually a catcher. He'll be playing in the JV game for the Patriots, as that is going to be inside. But he tells me that the hardest position is a catcher because you add all these things. You got the hitters behind you, you get hit with the ball, you could get hit with all the dust, it makes it hard to see. You know, his job is almost as important as the pitcher's, as that one's going to be inside, but a called strike. Atkerson up to hit. Count's going to be 2-1. Pitch is going to be hit high and deep out to center. Will he make the grab? He will. A nice grab by the center fielder, Cole Mullins. He was looking for that one. Zach Metter was there as well if he dropped it. But that was one that you could see that one had a big gust of wind, you know. That big gust of wind just blew that ball and was hard to track, but Cole Mullins does.
Tracked it well, and the other item there, Zach, is excellent communication between the center fielder and right fielder. If the center fielder can get there, it's his ball, but he also has to verbalize that. My ball, my ball.
Yep.
It looked like Metter kind of peeled off at exactly the right moment, so well done by the outfielder there.
This is Skaggs' second at-bat of the game. He had a ground out over to second base to start out the game. He's 0 for 1 on this fine, cool evening. He starts out the count 2-0 as stealing the base goes Jansen.
And no chance at all for Scherfus to cut him down. That ball was hopped in about 4 feet short of the plate.
Yeah, it was. Bit of a rough ball there. Plus, that was pretty good hustle, I think, by Jansen.
Yeah, he had a nice big jump.
That's going to be inside. He's going to throw 3 straight balls, and Jansen's going to head. Scherfus to throw.
Ooh. If that third baseman is playing on the bag, he's got a chance at that.
Yeah.
But he caught that chest high, 2 steps in front of the bag. I thought it was a pretty nice throw by Scherfus.
That was almost a great play by Scherfus, but looked to me like Tyler Pipkin was just a bit off on that play. 3-0 is the count for Skaggs. That's going to be a pitch right down the middle. He did not break the rule, swinging on a 3-0. At least that's the rule my dad tells me. 3-1 is going to be the count. So wind up the pitch. That's going to be outside, and that is the 4th walk of the game for Connor Helms. And I think at this point,
now batting number 25, Benjamin Smith.
Jake Donzie needs to get out there and maybe chat with him, calm him down a little bit. He only allowed 1 hit. The rest of the base runners were walks, and now he's got runners at both corners. And a huge opportunity for Ben Smith to get another run here and put a little separation between the Raiders and their team. The pitch is going to be high.
We saw the best out of Helms, Zach, when he had runners on in the first inning. And
yeah.
You know, if you're a Raiders fan, of course, you're kind of hoping for the same right here.
Well, and you got to admit, there's 2 outs here.
Just get the guy at the plate.
Yep. Just focus on the batter. Don't focus on the runners. As that one's going to be fouled backwards for a strike, obviously, because it was a foul. 1-1 is the count for Ben Smith. He has the only hit of the day for his team. He hit that one over the shortstop's head for a single. Tim Exum Jr. tried to reach up and grab that one on that play, but he was unsuccessful. The windup, the pitch, that one's going to be hit deep to left field. Zane Huff will be there to grab the ball, and that's going to be the 3rd out. Fly ball out to left field is how we get that 3rd out. 2 runners left stranding, still 1-0. The Patriots are still in the lead. Let's see if North County can get that lead on the UniTec Digital Media.
Plan for retirement. At Belgrade Financial in Deloge, we work to build a financial plan that will focus on your individual needs. Retirement doesn't have to be hard. Let me work for you. Come see me today at Belgrade Financial Services in Deloge.
Hi folks, John Robinson, Pettis, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Super Center. Folks, we are loaded with inventory. We're dealing. If we don't have it, we'll order it.
Hey, I'm Big Mike here at Pettis Automotive in Farmington. Just wanted to come to you and let you know that we got some great deals and great savings going on here, so come on by and check us out. Ask for Big Mike and I'll be here for you. Thank you.
Folks, we will also buy your car. We'll guarantee to pay more than anybody else for your car. Pre-owned cars, we've got them too. So come see us, Pettis, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Super Center.
About your next.
All right, we're back. And that first pitch, I believe it was a ball.
I don't know who the little girl was that just retrieved your stats of your lineup, but thanks to that little girl.
Yeah, thank you. bit distracted there. Tried to pick up the paper. We were going to come back a minute early. I wanted to talk a little bit about Logan Stewart, but didn't have the chances. The count comes to 1-1. But then my papers all flew away, so I had to keep the ad rolling.
North County has only been on offense for one inning, but they've actually out-hit the Patriots 2-1 so far.
Well, of course, Patriots have more base runners, more walks.
That's right.
But, I mean, the offense is here to show. They really don't want a repeat of last game yesterday as he walks 4 straight balls.
Batting 7th for the Raiders, number 2, Connor.
I'm going to apologize. That first strike was not a strike as Metter gets on base. Good way to start the inning. You got the tying run on first. Of course, it's only the bottom of the second. We got plenty more to go. Logan Stewart looking to bunt now. As Connor Helms the pitcher. That one's going to be high. He stepped back and, oh, that one was close. As the catcher almost caught him lacking on that one. The catcher being Adkerson. Almost caught the base runner. Metter lacking on that. And if only he made a tighter throw and the first baseman was not off the back, he could have gunned him out right there.
I like what the umpire did there, though, as Helms squared, showed bunt, and then called for time late. But the umpire didn't allow it, and he shouldn't have, because it was late. The pitcher was just about ready to start his delivery, and, I mean, you can be granted time most of the time, but when it's that late right before the delivery, I'm glad that the umpire didn't allow that.
Yep. Very good by him. That ball's going to be low, and Logan Stewart is going to start off this inning by throwing 7 straight balls. Not a great start to his inning, specifically with Metter already at first. You're only up by 1, couldn't get that separation in the second or even the first when you had a couple stranded base runners in scoring position. That next pitch is going to be another walk, 8 balls in a row. And that's going to put Metter in scoring position at second base, and Connor Helms, the pitcher, will advance to first. Michael Huff, the second baseman, is now up to hit. Bryce Varner is on deck.
No,
and after that.
Sorry, Zach. We checked before the game. Zane Huff, Michael Huff, not brothers.
Not brothers.
In fact, they say they're not related. That's what they tell us.
Yeah. Of course, the Scherfises are brothers. I mean, Scherfis, much more unique name, as that one by Michael Huff will be fouled back. Scherfis, much more unique name. Hard to have multiple Scherfises.
Sure-fi.
Sure. But Michael Huff. He'll foul out one back for a strike on the bunt. Got runner on second, runner on first. The windup. He'll look to bunt again. That one's going to be fouled back, but in a completely different position. Count falls to 0-2 for Michael Huff. And looks here he has to swing specifically with fouling those off. Remember, in the game of baseball, if you foul off a bunt on the 3rd strike, that's a strikeout. Well, technically it doesn't count as a strikeout, but it's still an out. 0-2, the count for Huff. Breaks the ball streak on that first bunt foul by Stewart. That one's going to be thrown low for a ball. Count goes to 1-2. Logan Stewart, the pitch. That one's going to be hit high down to 3rd base. They're going to track that one down. Making the grab is the shortstop, Dickman, for the first out of the inning.
Batting 9th.
Fly ball to Dickman.
Bryce Warner.
That'll put still Metter and Helms. Metter at second, Helms at first. Bryce Varner, the designated hitter for the North County Raiders. He's a wide receiver. Pretty good, reliable for Henry Alabach. The wind up, the pitch. That one's going to be high for a ball. Yeah, Chad, I'm seeing Logan Stewart is really getting a bit wild here in the second inning. And just as I say that, they're going to have a meeting on the mound trying to calm his arm down.
Gives us a chance to mention some of the Hall of Fame inductees, Zach. That'll be honored after the game. Now, they tried to have the Hall of Fame ceremonies 2 different basketball games.
Yeah.
Weather forced a postponement, but really kind of nice to have it today here at the ribbon cutting of the new fields and the new tennis courts as well. Bill McCaleb will go into the Hall of Fame. His great career as a band instructor for North County. Jeff Lotz, North County graduate in 1978, held several football and track records. Mike Eggers, head basketball coach, assistant football coach over the years. Ron Story will go into the Hall of Fame as well, a PE teacher for a long time at North County. And then those are some of the individuals. We'll tell you about some of the teams that'll go into the Hall of Fame here in just a little bit.
If you're interested, at the end of the game, they're going to have the whole ceremony after the game, as that one is low for another ball. Bryce Varner is ahead in the count, 2-0.
And we'll have that for folks who have the ceremony right here after the ball game on UniTec Digital Media.
The pitch, that one's going to be strike.
Caught the outside corner.
Sounded to me like the umpire called that one a strike before that even hit the glove. That was a pretty great pitch right there from Logan Stewart. Logan Stewart, 2-0 on the season. Got 2 of those wins, proper English. That one's going to be inside, and Varner's going to have to fall backwards to avoid getting decked in the head with that ball.
North County would love nothing more than to get back up to the heart of that order with some runners on.
Absolutely. And, of course, Bryce Varner's in a great position. 3-1 as a count. I'd say just don't swing on this pitch. Yep, exactly. That one's going to be high and above. And that was almost going to try to throw down to third to get the out, but then he remembered that all runners advance as looked like somebody was stealing that one to begin with. Jackson Scherf is top of the order. He had 2 strikeouts looking yesterday against the Hillsborough Hawks. He starts today with a pop out to shortstop. So swung the bat, hit the ball, and with only 1 out, he's looking to do anything but getting a double play.
Lots of ways to score a run here.
Absolutely. This could be the first runs for the North County Raiders. If that one's going to be fouled back for strike 1. Still no hits in this inning. There are 3 walks thrown by Logan Stewart.
Pretty good crowd on March afternoon, huh?
Yeah, it is. I mean, of course, it is North County's first home game.
Yeah.
You know? So, on the new field, too. So that's got some special to it. That one's going to be, that one's going to be hit to the third baseman. A rough throw to catcher, and it's going to score 2 on the air. He tried too hard to get him out at home, and he's just going to actually commit an error and get 2 runners there. The third baseman, of course, was
now batting number 15,
Rodriguez. Rodriguez just misread that one. Tried to try too hard, I think, to Atkerson, and Atkerson just can't grab that one. That's going to be an error.
Metter scores the first run to tie it. Helms comes in with the go-ahead tally. Rodriguez made the right decision, Zach. He had plenty of time. He just threw wide.
Yeah.
That's a big turn in this one, though.
That'll put Jackson Scherf over at second and Bryce Varner at third. So if Extem can hit the ball here, get this one a single, this is a huge chance to blow this one open. The pitch, that one is hammered, but that will be way foul as he falls down.
Put a charge into it, the left side. Yeah, Extem can do something here. You've got the 2 guys that looked really good in the first inning, Zach Huff and Pipkin up next.
Extem, he struck out swinging, and he will again.
A little high heat.
That's 2 ABs and 2 Ks. for Tim
Now
Exton
batting
Jr.
22, Zane
I get him and
Huff.
Tyler Pipkin confused with the first names. My apologies. Zane Huff, he had a single, ended up getting stranded at third in that first inning. He's looking for something huge here to score 2. One's going to be outside for a ball 1. Again, still no hits. There was an error on the throw home to score 2, but the reason the runners were there were because of walks. That one's going to be high for a ball. 2-0 for Zane Huff. And what an athlete I think Zane Huff is. I think for North County, personally, I'd say he's the most athletic student at North County who's been playing. Of course, he is a senior. He's been in the game too long. Not too long, but he's been in the game longer than everybody else. As he takes ball 3. And a walk here to load the bases is exactly what Logan Stewart does not want.
I think he'd be a pretty good candidate, Zach. A 3-sport guy.
Yeah. The pitch, he'll take strike 1 down the middle. Didn't break the rule.
If he can find his way on, Pipkin hit the ball harder than anybody else so far today.
Yeah, he did. You know, Pipkin, again, we mentioned his pitching, and that was a good start to his game as he's going to swing at strike 2 and go into a full count. Runners at second and third. This next pitch, and if it's fouled off or continued, it could mean not the game, but it could mean big run for North County. And that one is fouled back, and like I said, there could be a foul, and that one was there.
Stewart kind of bearing down. You know, he lost his control a little bit in this inning, and
yeah, he did.
He's really coming after Huff here. In fact, Huff was ahead in the count, 3-0.
And now he calmed down and kind of got in control here. And now Zane Huff is behind Stewart. The makeup pitch. Here it comes. That one is fouled again. We'll have another makeup pitch right back into the brand new tennis courts again. Didn't hit nobody. So the 3-2. The second makeup pitch coming your way. The wind up. The pitch is outside, and Zane Huff will walk to get the bases loaded.
Nice job by Huff to foul a couple of those pitches off, Zach. There was a borderline pitch up around his eyes that, you know, maybe could have been a ball, maybe could have been a strike, but offered at it, fouled off a couple of those pitches to get to a pitch that was outside and load the bases here for Pipkin.
Pipkin had a single earlier, which left stranded at first base in the first inning. Bottom of the second, 2-1, North County Raiders lead. 2 outs, bases loaded for Pipkin. The first pitch will be a strike down the middle. Something that I'm sure Pipkin wants to take that one back and hammer that one.
Well, I'm sure Stewart remembered offering that fastball to him last time that he drove out to the right center gap.
The windup. That one is curved inside. Looks like that one's going to be high, and Pipkin wanted to swing.
Pair of deuces.
Yeah, but he didn't, and that one just curved right in.
Now he's got Pipkin kind of on his heels a little bit.
0-2. Stewart is in control of this at-bat. Outside, 1-2.
A little bit of a sharper break that time. Started it a little bit more in the middle. And Pipkin with a good discerning eye.
And like we mentioned earlier, North County has yet to go without a hit before this game. Tyler Pipkin was one of them, and I think he's looking dangerous as here as that pitch is going to be fouled backwards.
That's the one he wanted right there.
Yep. And he almost had it, just went backwards. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs. Count is 1-2 for Tyler Pipkin Jr., or not Jr., I keep saying Jr., I don't know why.
He is a junior.
Well, he's a junior, but...
Yeah, but not a junior.
Yeah. That makes sense. The pitch is hit. Grounded to the shortstop. He'll make the grab, the long throw, and he's safe. 2 runs will score. I thought he was beaten, but he was not. The umpire calls him safe, and great hustle on the infield single by Tyler Pipkin. Varner will score. Scherfus will score. And the score will become 4-1. Great separation that the North County Raiders wanted.
Well, tremendous at bat by Pipkin. He probably wouldn't be my first candidate to leg out an infield single, but he dug hard and had just enough. Beat it by about a half step.
Looked like maybe the first baseman, Smith, dropped the ball maybe, or at least didn't have the ball
I thought he
completely.
was clean. I thought he was clean. I think he just beat it.
Well, it looked real close to me. We got to mention that.
I agree with you, though. I know you ruled it an infield single, and I think you were right.
That one's going to be hit to the third baseman. Will he beat this one out? He will not. And so we'll end the inning on a 5-3. 4-1. The North County Raiders offense is rolling, and they are rolling hard to start off this game. 4-1.
Think Mineral Area College. We offer small class sizes, transferable credits, and tuition rates less than half of a university. It's affordable, quality education. Apply at mineralarea.edu. Mineral Area College. It starts here.
A 4-1 advantage for North County. North County gets 4 runs on the strength of just 1 hit in the bottom of the second. 1 error by the Patriots, and then a couple runners left on base. You know, we talked about the Hall of Fame inductions that will come after this game. The 1933 Deloge Tigers boys basketball team going to be inducted into the North County Hall of Fame. 1933 Tigers, the only Deloge team to advance to the Final Four in high school history. The 1937 Bonne Terre Bulldogs boys basketball team also went to the Final Four. They'll be inducted. And the 1949 Bonne Terre Bulldogs boys basketball team also going to be inducted. They came within 2 points of going to the state championship game. So some really cool inductees to be inducted coming up after this ball game. Here's Zach Dollar with the call.
Up to bat now is Dickman. First pitch, that's hammered. Will that stay fair? No, called foul. That one was a close one. Dickman walked in the first, got left stranded on third. Did not bat in the second. He's hitting for the 3 spot. He's a shortstop today. Made a couple good plays, almost made a good one, but that brought 2 runs in as Tyler Pipkin beat that one out earlier in the second inning.
He got into that ball, though. Whew. Smoked that one over to the left side.
Yeah, he did. Now I just walked past the Patriots dugout right before this inning started, and they were hyping each other up. They were really trying to get their team back into the game. They're down 4-1. This is baseball, you know. All it takes is 1 good inning, and you're back in the game, you know. And so it's not like football to where you have to get drives and the other team always gets the ball once you get your maximum points are 7 points. You know?
And I think they gave up 4 runs, Zach, but they've got to feel like they gave up 4 soft runs, right?
Yeah.
Because 2 of the runs came on a wide throw to home plate, and that was a 2-run error basically.
Yep.
And then the 2 other runs, an infield single was part of that. That 2 more. I mean, the ball never left the infield in those 4 runs coming home.
That one's hit on a low to third. That one is gunned out. A great play by Tyler Pipkin Jr. to get that one for the first out. It's a 5-3.
Pipkin's having a heck of a day so far. A pair of singles. He's driven in a pair, and nice play at third right there.
Well, that's what's crazy. He did not have a great day yesterday. He allowed 11 runs, infinite ERA, made a couple errors at third.
And that's what's great about baseball, right? Because you've got tomorrow.
Yep. And I could tell he was thinking about that all night, thinking about what he was doing. And he's really improving this game as Logan Stewart's up to hit. Again, batting lefty, pitching righty today. He swings on the first strike. 0-1 is the count. Still on the mound is Connor Helm. It's Connor Helm. We'll throw that one. That's fouled, and he's really ahead of the count. 0-2. Stewart also walked in that first inning. So he's 0 for 0 on the game today.
Leads him on the year. In 8 games, Zach, he's averaging an RBI a game. That's not bad. Eight driven in for him so far this season.
An RBI game. That's great.
It's a pretty good way to go.
And he probably doesn't just have one RBI game. They probably all add up. So he probably had a couple really good games.
Probably did.
That one is fouled onto the snack shack. Stays an 0-2 count. Our whole crew today. I'm Zach Dollar. Emma Richards is over running producer. Chad Speaker.
Got Jacob Mathis and Robbie Murdoch helping us out. And, in fact, we'll hear from our UniTec director, Jeff Cawley. He'll be in on some of the post-game festivities, announcing some of those Hall of Famers.
So thanks to everybody helping out today. 0-2 stays a count. Or 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm sorry, that last pitch was a ball. Don't know how I missed that. Pitch, that's going to be hit sharply to second base. And there's the out. That one was grounded to Michael Huff, and Huff makes the play to Xavier Scherfus.
Now batting number 20, Will Sharp.
And an out here would make it a 1-2-3 inning.
Defense has been pretty solid. You know, I thought a nice grab by the left fielder earlier. We've seen some good stuff from Cole Mullins in center field. And then the second baseman's made a couple of plays, and then we saw a nice play by Pipkin over there at third base in this inning too.
And it's crazy because yesterday North County would have already allowed 10 more runs. As that one's hit to the shortstop, will he make the play? No, he'll outrun it, but good play there by Tim Exum Jr.
Yeah, great feet to get there, first of all, right, Zach? I mean, that's almost in, like, shallow left field, and was such a long throw to try to get that. And he nearly chopped down Sharp going down the first base right there. I thought that was a tremendous effort.
Yeah, it's not like it was just a wild throw in the dirt. It was like
great play,
long throw.
Just an infield single.
Great hustle by Will Shark there. That one's grounded hard to the shortstop again. Exum Jr. back to second base for the third out. Fielder's choice there to end the inning. So the score will remain 4-1. You're watching on UniTec Digital Media.
Samantha McDowell with McDowell Electric. We've been serving St. Francis County and surrounding areas for over 16 years now. We do any size job, from a light fixture to a panel change out, wiring an entire home, to larger commercial or industrial jobs. Please don't hesitate to give us a call. Estimates are always free.
Hi, I'm Danielle Burns with Keller Williams, and here.
And we're back. 4-1 is your score. Almost a 1-2-3 inning, but there was great hustle by Will Shark to get to first base, but a fielder's choice gets him out at second, and that's to end the inning. North County doing much better. They were given a no-hitter, and now they're up 4 runs.
It was the cleanest inning so far, I thought, by Connor Helms. You know, seemed to be in pretty good control right there, and was just an infield single away, as you mentioned, Zach, away from going his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. So I thought he was sharp there.
Exactly. Logan Stewart had a bit of a rough inning last inning for the St. Louis Patriots. He's looking to get calmed down again. I believe he's still, he's 2-0 on the season. Or I'm sorry, 1-0. He only had one win. But he's looking to get another one here. He's down 4-1. Bottom of the third inning. Pitch low. Ball 1.
Well, the Patriots, as you mentioned, 5-3, Zach. Victories over Valmeyer. Luther beat Luther North already. Warrenton, Montgomery County, Orchard Farm. So pretty good schedule for them.
Zach Metter at the hit. Everybody batted last inning for the North County Raiders. Started with Metter. And here he is batting again to lead off the third as count goes to 1-1. What's that again? 3-1. I don't know why I said 1-1. I meant 2-1. I'm sorry, everybody. 3-1 is now the count for Metter.
Metter got a little bit of experience as a freshman, Zach. Hit a buck 05, so.
That one's hammered out to left field. That one's going to be tracked down fairly easy for the first out.
Jeremy Skaggs hauling it in over there in left field. That thing stayed up there a while.
Yeah, it did. And again, like I was talking yesterday over on 1240 KFMO with Jared Pettis, the wind was crazy yesterday, and the wind is crazy today.
You know, over at Mac, was it blowing in from right field?
Yes.
I mean, there's that hill over there.
Ooh.
That wind always blows from the south right down into right field over there. Usually, if you can knock one out to right field, you've got a pretty sturdy stick.
It's going to be a ball outside. Connor Helms had to back up out of that first pitch, a little inside, and that was called for a strike. I think it was a pretty good call, though.
How's the softball complex coming over there off the baseball field? They just about done with that?
They're done with it. Their first doubleheader was yesterday.
Sweet.
That one's going to be hit out to left field for an extra base. A double for Connor Helms. And that's going to put him at second. Good hit. Placed right in a perfect position.
First extra base hit of the game, in fact, by either side.
That's a double. That puts another one in scoring position.
Looks like a pinch runner. Kyle Strawn, I think, maybe, guy that's going to run.
I think so. Looks like him. That one is hammered. Fair ball. That's going to be put in a perfect position. That's going to score one. And another double. Back-to-back doubles. One by Connor Helms and one by Michael Huff. Connor Helms will score, bring the score to 5-1. And North County is in complete control of this ball game in the bottom of the third.
And if we kind of talked about getting those soft runs last time with the throw that was wide to the plate, and another couple runs come in on an infield single, but not this time. Back-to-back doubles.
Yes. And that was two very strong hits by both of those players. That brings up Bryce Varner. He's going to hammer that one to the cars.
That almost went into the welding department up there at the UniTec right there.
Yeah, that one was smoked.
It was, and it was smoked way foul.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so far in front of that thing.
If that one gets fair, that one's another strong hit. Bryce Varner, he walked earlier in this ball game, later scored. That one's going to be high, and he had to duck to avoid getting hit with that one. Bryce Varner was also the third scorer of the ball game of the 5 that they have now. Only one out as Metter flied that one out to left field. Ooh, a swing and a miss.
He kind of stepped out away from that one, Zach. If you notice, his step foot, his lead foot, instead of toward the ball, toward the pitcher, was way out on the outside part of the batter's box. Pulled his bat head around him. Man, that might have been why he yanked it so far foul the first time.
Maybe. 1-2 is the count for Bryce Varner, number 9 hitter. Checking the batter over at second. The pitch for Varner and a swing and a miss to get the second out. Strikeouts brought to you by Belgrade State Bank.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 11, Jackson Sherfus.
That's the second out. Jackson Sherfus. This is the third at-bat in the third inning. He's had an at-bat each inning, and he's 0 for 2. Flied out to the shortstop, then flied out to first base in that second inning. Has an opportunity with Michael Hoff over on second base to get another run in this 5-1 lead that they have. That's going to be grounded but fouled over to the third base line, and what a grab by the third base coach of North County. He falls behind 0-1 in his count.
Is that Coach Donzi over there?
I
think it is, isn't it?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
I think so.
We're up. That's fouled backwards. So 2 fouls for Jackson Sherfus. And that'll come 0-2. For Sherfus. Checking over the runner at second. Timeout called by Jackson Sherfus. And it looks to me like Michael Huff is testing his limits over at second. Nobody's getting there to try to pick him off, though. And it really looks to me like Logan Stewart desperately wants somebody to get over there. But nobody is. And there we go. Somebody's getting there. And a bit of confusion over there. The pitch, that one's going to be hit high to left. Will it drop in time? No, it will not. Until he'll fly out to left for the second time today. And he is now 0-3. All 3 of those fly balls. 5-1. North County leads heading into the 4th.
If you're looking to buy or sell, give me a call. I'm happy to help.
A1 Home Care, the #1 choice for home care services. They offer non-skilled nursing and in-home care services, consumer-directed services, transportation, and adult daycare services. A1 Home Care will tailor the care plan to meet your needs. A1 hires reliable, caring, and trustworthy individuals to perform the care you need and deserve. A1 Home Care, the #1 choice for home care services.
Huff, top of the 4th inning. Huff's only allowed 1 run in that first inning. He's gone 2 scoreless.
You know, Connor Helms, he started out this ball game, walked a pair in the first inning, walked a pair in the second inning, but he's only given up 2 hits, and they've both only been singles. And I thought when he got tough in that first inning, Zach, because you had a single, a walk, so you had the bases loaded, right? Well, he gets the fly ball, he gets the pop out to first, and then only allows that 1 run. So he's really done his job, I think, coming here to start the ball game, and then out for his 4th inning of work. He's given North County a really quality start here so far.
Absolutely. And you look at them, North County had a rough game yesterday, of course. 15-0, the starting pitcher in Tyler Pipkin Jr. had a really rough starting, and this is exactly the kind of relief you need if you're the North County Raiders to get for your second game. Connor Helms doing a really great job.
Leading out the top of the 4th of Patriots, number 14, Ben Jansen.
Ben Jansen to lead it off for your for the St. Louis Patriots. I'm sorry, don't know why I said North County.
She's got 7, 8, 9, bottom of the lineup. But as we mentioned earlier, you've got 429 hitter and another 429 hitter right behind him with a 7 and an 8 hole.
And we see that one as he hits that one high and deep to center field, but tracked down by the center fielder, Cole Mullins, for the first out on the first pitch.
I like the way Mullins patrols center field out there. He's got nice range. He reads the ball well off the bat, and then just a secure glove once it arrives there. I think he's made a nice showing here in the first home game.
Absolutely. He's not hitting today. Again, the DH Bryce Varner will take over his spot. The next pitch, that one's going to be high. Noah Parker.
And plays like that, Zach, and we talked about the infield making some plays too. Those are great for Connor Helms. He's making his first varsity start, and that gives a guy confidence to say, hey, let me throw this thing over the plate. I know that guys behind me are going to back me up here.
Yes, and North County is offensively, defensively having a much, and I cannot stress this enough, much better game than they played yesterday. And I'm sure Jacob Donzi, that makes him very happy, because you look at all North County sports teams this year. The soccer team, the basketball team only had 3 wins on the basketball side. I'm not sure. I think the soccer team maybe got 1 win. Football team, bit rough as well, as that one's going to curve inside for a strike, or outside for a strike, I'm sorry. But I'm sure North County, the whole school is just looking for a break, wanting something to go their way this year. I mean, you always get the big athletic players, and they graduate, and you're left with a bunch of young players, and that's what North County's stuck at here, as Noah Parker is really ahead in the count, 3-1. Noah Parker struck out earlier to get the first out of the second inning. Three and 1 here. Pitch is going to be inside, and he'll walk here. Get the first base runner of the inning.
Now batting number 27.
Connor Helms so far has 1 strikeout. That was to Noah Parker earlier in the 6th inning. 1 strikeout, 1 run allowed. And looks here, only 2 hits. A couple walks. Well, a bunch more walks than normal, but that one's going to be pitched right down the middle for Atkerson.
Helms is not displaying the type of strikeout to walk ratio that you really hope for, of course. But his best stuff, though, I think Zach has been when he's gotten runners on base. He's come back with some good, solid pitches.
Yes. Another strike. That one's gunned down. Ooh, and just beat it out was Parker. 0-2 is the count for Atkerson, but a little more strong throw for Jackson Scherfis, and he would have got him there, but that was a bit of a weaker throw. But again, like we've been talking about, he's young.
I thought it was a great throw. I thought it was right on the bag. I think Parker had a nice jump. I don't know if there's any way you could have got him. Maybe Yachty. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But
He's
I
retired,
thought Parker had
isn't
a nice jump. Yeah. Well, he could still come back and throw out people out, I think. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really follow the MLB. I'll follow it at the beginning of the season and then the postseason, and then sometimes in the off season. And that's because my brother is a very big baseball fan. As the count now becomes 2-2, Ahead of the count was Connor Helm, but now he is behind. Not behind, but he's even. Looking for a second K, or better yet, second out. In general, the inning, that one's fouled backwards for Atkerson.
A little off speed, slowed it down right there. Threw a curveball at him. Atkerson trying to keep that bat back, but probably did a nice job just to foul it back to the screen there.
Two and two remains the count. The makeup pitch right here. That one is hit high and foul again. Looking for another makeup pitch. The windup, that one was low for a ball. And as the count comes full, let's thank a couple sponsors of today's live stream. We got Bryant Restoration, Bauman Oil, BJC Healthcare, Sam Schism Ford, Boyer Funeral Homes, MFA Oil, Murphy's Landscaping, and Cedar Falls Tactical. Of course, strikeouts are brought to you by Belgrade State Bank. We'll have our Domino's player of the game later on. That one is swung at and missed. Swinging for Connor Helm's second strikeout. And like we were saying, strikeouts are brought to you by Belgrade State Bank.
How about it? Number 18, Jeremy Skaggs.
That was a heck of a pitch. Looped it right underneath his bat. Started it off in the middle. Atkerson kind of saw that thing in the middle of the plate, started the bat, and then the late break on the curveball by Helms.
Great pitch on that last one. Strike down the middle. Skaggs now for his third AB of the game. He didn't pop it, but he grounded out to second base. Start off the game, and he had a walk earlier in the second, so he's still 0 for 1. The walk does not count. That one is hit again, back to the second base. That one's grabbed, throw to first, and that's how we get our inning. Another 4-3 for him, and another scoreless inning for your North County Raiders. 5-1. They're having a much better day than they did yesterday. You're watching on UniTec Digital Media's YouTube channel.
Welcome you back to this grand opening, this ribbon cutting Wednesday here at North County Ballpark, home of the Raiders, and a Hall of Fame day as well. I'm Chad Speaker, Zach Dollar, our broadcaster, here with me today as we broadcast on UniTec Digital Media. Robbie Murdoch helping us out. Jacob Mathis running the camera. Emma Richards is our producer today. We appreciate their great work. North County looking for their first win of the season, a 15-0 setback yesterday to Hillsborough. The Patriots have come in having already played 8 games. They're 5-3 on the season. North County Raiders will have their number 2 hitter in the lineup, Tim Exum, then Zane Huff and Tyler Pipkin. If anybody should reach, Xavier Sherfus. North County leading at 5-1. The Raiders were able to push through 4 in the second, and that came on a throw that was wide of the plate, a 2-run error, and then actually an infield single that plated 2 as well. Able to scratch through a run in the third on consecutive doubles with Helms and Huff. Exton fouls this one over to the left side. Down in the count, no balls and a strike. Logan Stewart working on his 4th inning. Throws this one wide and evens the count at 1-1. So a pair of doubles by Helms and Huff in the last inning. Exum throwing that fastball, the curve, and the changeup. This ball hammered out to left field over the outstretched hands of Jeremy Skaggs, and Exum rounding first and gliding into second base with a stand-up double. So North County has 3 doubles in the last 4 at-bats. And now here's Zane Huff. Huff 1 for 1 today. He's on base 2 for 2. A single back in the first, reached on a walk in the second inning. And we've got a pinch runner. That'll check in for Exum, John Ruck. Ruck the runner. He's out at second base. And here's Zane Huff at the plate. If he can get on cleanly, you've got that RBI guy in Tyler Pipkin. Pipkin having a beautiful Wednesday with a pair of singles. He's driven in a pair as well. But Huff the plate here. The senior left fielder hits from the left side. Stewart squaring. Now he'll glance back to second base, and he'll come outside with the fastball. Ball and no strikes for Zane Huff. So Stewart on the hill. You've got Rodriguez at third, Dickman the shortstop. Zucker is at second base, and Ben Smith playing first base. Mason Adkerson is behind the plate. Huff the hitter, a ball and no strikes for him. A pause in the wind-up and the stretch for Stewart. Comes with the fastball again, and Huff fouls this one off to the left side. Runner out at second base is John Ruck. Tim Exum, the junior, reached on a ringing double to lead this inning off. He had struck out a pair of times back in the first and the second before that.
This offense is showing again for North County to start off the inning. Exum with a double. That makes 3 doubles for North County and the 5-1 lead that they have here now. And now you got a power hitter like Zane Huff again. He's going to hammer that one to the left side for another foul.
And not only 3 doubles, Zach, but this North County offense producing 3 doubles in the last 4 at-bats. You had the bottom of the lineup producing with Helms and Huff, and Varner struck out, but then you go back to the top, and good hit there.
Well, and you also got to talk about, and I know I keep bringing this up, but yesterday's game where they were given a no-hitter. Looking at today's game, this offense is going strong as Zane Huff is going to hit that one down the first base line.
Stewart in.
Fouled.
Huff pulled that one foul, so Huff will come back to the batter's box to try it all again.
If only that stayed fair, I think Huff would have outbeat that one.
He can run, that's for sure.
He's a running back. I mean, that's basically his football job.
That's true. A ball and 2 strikes, and did a nice job grabbing a piece of that one just to still hang in the count. So he'll come back on the left side of the batter's box here. Try it again. Logan Stewart giving up those 4 runs in the second, then the single tally last inning in the third. Works from the stretch here. Glances back towards second base, and he'll come again with the fastball outside.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 straight fouls before that ball outside for Zane Huff. Zane Huff is having a pretty great game. He's walked and had a single. Hasn't scored, has been stranded on third base. Both ABs today. 2
productive at-bats, though, for him. And a chance here with 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes Stewart again. And there's a ball flared out behind third base. He's got a chance
that's
here.
Gonna drop.
It goes into no man's land. Motoring around first is Huff. He won't quite make it to second base, but he'll get that pinch runner, John Ruck, all the way over to third base. So runners now at the corners with nobody down here in the bottom of the 4th.
What a great spot to put that ball for Zane Huff. I mean, he put that one in the spot where third base could barely get it. Left field could barely get it. Like, that is hard for even professionals. These are high school kids. It's almost impossible for them to reach out and grab that ball as here comes Tyler Pipkin.
Well, this is the guy that you want at the plate, of course,
exactly.
Right now. Pair of singles. He's already driven in a pair. He's hit the ball as hard as anyone today. And so getting runners on with him, and as Huff breaks it for second base and steals that one cleanly. And so now with Pipkin there, you've got 2 runners in scoring position. So this is exactly what Coach Donzie wants to see with Pipkin up there.
Exactly, and the swinging strike one with that one, but Tyler Pipkin had, again, a rough game yesterday, having a fantastic game today. I think, so far. 2 singles, bunch of RBIs. I think 2 RBIs, actually. And, you know, he has a chance to get 2 more today.
Patriots going to shorten up the infield here now as they'll pinch in both the shortstop and also the second baseman. They're going to want to try to make this play at the plate. Fastball inside, and Pipkin just flat wears it. Hit him on the left elbow, and that'll load the bases with nobody down.
Well,
Sherfish coming up.
I'm not saying that was intentional. It clearly wasn't because now they're talking to him, but it's Tyler Pipkin. He's on fire today. I think it's probably a bit of relief that they just gave him the easy base instead of allowing him to hit that one and get a bunch of runs. And now with 0 outs, of course, you got the bases loaded. That makes it even more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously not intentional. In fact, they'll pull Logan Stewart here after hitting him.
Let's see who's going to come in to pitch now. The next 3, you got Sherfus, Metter, and Helms, with the bases loaded.
So Stewart will go 3 innings, did not record an out here in the 4th. And in relief of him will be Leo Skaggs. So Leo Skaggs checking in for the Patriots on the hill. What's Skaggs done this year? Well, he's thrown 7 1/3. And this guy has not given up a run all year long. Not only has he not given up an earned run, he hasn't given up any runs over his 7 2/3. He's got a 1-0 record. He started 1 game. He's made 3 appearances, given up 4 hits on the year. So, guy that has done a nice job for this team so far.
And, yeah, you just really want a person like that to come in and relieve. You're in a bases-loaded situation, no outs. You're already down 5-1. Your team's 5-3, so a loss here wouldn't necessarily hurt you that hard, but, you know, a loss is a loss. And, of course, like I was saying earlier, it's baseball. 1 good inning, you can score as many as you want, and you don't have to let the other team get some offense. Like, it's not like football or basketball even where the other team has to have offense before you get the ball back. You have the offense. You have unlimited chance there, except if you don't get 3 outs, to score as many as you want. And so they're 1 inning away from tying this game. And, you know, as good as Logan Stewart, he was doing pretty good today. I'd say it's about time to change him. He was getting a bit wild and loads the bases there. And what guy to go to than Leo Skaggs here? But saying all those stats, he's a solid guy.
These teams will have a busy rest of their week. For the Patriots, they go to Priory tomorrow, and then over the weekend, they play a pair at Chaminade. For North County, they stay busy as well, as they'll head over to an always tough West County ball club tomorrow.
Yes. West County is one of those teams that they excel at basketball and baseball because they don't have a football team. So they have to put all their athletes in basketball and baseball, and so they're always really good. That game will be broadcasted over at 1240 KFMO.
Here's Sherfus swinging on a first pitch fastball. He knocks this one out to center field. Noah Parker goes back, can't get there. And North County will round the bases here, bringing in 1 run to score and then 2 runs to score. It's a 2 RBI double by Xavier Sherfus on his first hit of the day. And the Raiders lead 7-1.
This is exactly what you want to see from the North County Raiders after that very disappointing game. They've been hitting. They've been hitting hard. Xavier Sherfus was 0-2 for the day, and he just hits that one out. For a second, I thought that one was going to be gone.
It did look like it for just
a moment. The first home run on North County's new field. And
North County in this inning, Zach, 2 doubles, a single, and a hit by a pitch. And now Zach Metter swings through a fastball.
Another double
he sends it out to the right center gap. He's rounding first, and he cruises into second base with 2 runs scoring. Metter now gliding into third base. It'll be a triple for him, and he's driven in a pair as Pipkin and Sherfus both score for runs number 8 and 9 in this ball game.
And North County in these last innings has blown this one out of the water. You were talking just a second ago, 2 doubles, and the moment that came out your mouth, Zach Metter just hits the triple to just prove you again why this North County offense is just so good today after being non-existent yesterday. They're making up for those stats that they lost in a game yesterday, that's for sure.
And they're stacking hits on hits right now. As Connor Helms, here's another guy, Zach, that hit a double earlier. He scored a run back at the second, but he doubled and scored a run in the third. So Helms is having a pretty nice game as well. Reached on an error in the second, was able to double in that third. So officially 1 for 2 today. Takes a look at a fastball away. And Zach, if North County can keep this offense up and come up with one good inning of defense, they could win in a run rule ball game maybe.
2 more runs and
a shutdown inning away.
Yeah, at the 5th inning, that's the game right there. That's going to be a strike down the middle. That's going to be the first strike for Leo Skaggs. 2-1 on Connor Helms at the plate.
Skaggs came in on relief of Logan Stewart, and all he did is give up a double and a triple.
That one is
here's
hammered.
A ball that's driven out to the left side. This is a long ball, and it one-hops the fence.
That's
Helms
a run.
gliding into second base, and Metter comes in to score, and North County leads 10-1.
So let's just mention 3 batters faced, a double, a triple, and a double. It's not looking like it's not looking like the best game today for Leo Skaggs to come in for the Patriots, as that double will make it 10-1.
Now batting number 21, Michael Huff.
Be a pinch runner here. Colton Bullock will go out and run for Connor Helms. Well, this North County offense is, I mean, maybe that's all they needed, Zach, is just to get a spark going, because that spark has turned into a fire now.
Exactly.
Everybody hitting up and down the lineup. Michael Huff steps in now, and Huff has a double as well.
I mean, if he hits one here, that's the run rule. 1 good inning of defense, like you said, then the game will be over. I was ready to sit here for 7 innings, but I didn't think that coming into this inning 5-1 that there'd be 5 runs right here, as that first pitch for Michael Huff was a ball. 1-0 on the count. North County, I mean, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I went into this game expecting maybe another blowout in the Patriots' favor. I was not expecting this for North County, as this one's hit high right behind us. And, oh, wow. Looking behind me, there was a kid just standing there, and that ball dropped and was mere inches from just hitting him upside the head. Lucky on that one. But that one's going to be a foul, so count goes to 1-1 for Michael Huff.
Colton Bullock represents, well, what could be the clinching run if North County then can come up with a shutdown inning in the top of the 5th here against the Patriots.
For the first time in this inning, Leo Skaggs is up in the count. It's 1-2 for Michael Huff. And Huff fouls that one backwards. 2-2. Or still 1-2, I'm sorry. And, of course, you also got to mention the Patriots still have to get 3 outs. That one's hammered. That should be good enough to score a run. Out to left field, the throw home. It'll be a close one. No, it won't, as the cutoff runner will get that one, and he makes it to second base. Michael Huff will make it to second base on a double. I'm going to count that. And Connor Helms will score, and that, or not Connor Helms, but the pinch runner, and that, 1 good inning of defense, that's the winning run for North County, and they're not done yet. No outs, runner still in scoring position. They have a chance to make this game over right now. 1 good inning of defense, and this game is over for North County. Fouled into the glove. Bryce Varner up to hit for North County. He's 0 for 2. Well, actually, no, he's 1 for 1. Struck out his last at-bat. That one's high. Ball. 1-1 for Varner. And again, I am just so happy for this North County team. They really had a terrible first showing today. Now they're just, it's incredible right now what they're doing. That one's going to be swung at. I don't know what he was doing swinging at that one, but that will advance Michael Huff to third. So a little bit closer. The count runs to 1-2. As it's getting more into evening time, the sun's setting, and it's getting a little chilly out here. I'm starting to wish I wore long sleeves. That one's going to be outside for a ball. 2-2 for the Raiders. That one's fouled backwards off the net. Count will stay 2-2. North County, like you mentioned earlier, Chad, they're moving on to play West County tomorrow, and I think if they keep up the same amount of offense and defense, I think they have a good chance at that one. I was looking at the stats for both teams today, and I genuinely thought that the Patriots were a much better team than North County. And they're still
I know you talk about the first game, but that your sample size is so small. I mean, it's the beginning of the year. I don't think you can necessarily gauge a team on just the first game, so it'll take a little bit.
Strikeout swinging, and a strikeout by Leo Skaggs. Strikeouts are, of course, brought to you by Belgrade State Bank, one of our many sponsors.
Number 11,
for
Jackson
tonight.
Sherpas.
Let's go ahead and talk about some sponsors as well. We got Pettis Automotive, ProCare Automotive and Collision, All Season Lawn Care, A1 Home Care, First State Community Bank, McDowell Electric, Mineral Area College, and the Pasa House of Farmington. That one's going to be hit out to left field. A run will score in Michael Huff. That's going to be 12-1. And after that strikeout, Jackson Sherfus will get his first hit of the game. And that'll be an RBI. Jackson Sherfus was 0 for 3. Not a great position for him. And we're back to Tim Exkum, who will bat for the second time this inning.
Now batting number 15, Tim Exum.
But you're definitely right. I definitely did get a little overboard on the first game a little bit. I mean, I'm so used to seeing so many games where it just wasn't close for North County that I was a bit nervous going into the rest of the season, and I keep bringing that back up. But you're definitely right. They're definitely redeeming themselves and proving that they are a good team only in the second game of the year.
Landon Henson, a sophomore, pinch runner for Jackson Sherfus over there.
Tim Exum takes a ball. 1-0 is the count. Only one out. It's 12-1. North County's favor. Pitch. Called strike. 1-1. It's going to be high for a ball. 2-1 for Tim Exum. Tim Exum Jr. 2 strikeouts and a double to lead off this inning. But 2 strikeouts, nevertheless, he's 1 for 3. Exum hits that one to shortstop. He fumbles the ball and almost had position to get a double play there. But he drops the ball, gets the out of second on a fielder's choice. And Jackson Sherfus is out. But Tim Exum will get to first base, and that was a huge opportunity to end the inning, Chad. But he just dropped that one. Those are plays you cannot mess up.
No, I mean, no error. Can't assume the double play. They did chop down the lead runner, but it was definitely a double play opportunity there.
There's a strike. Zane Huff. Zane Huff had a walk, 2 singles, and a run scored earlier today. Has not had a bad at-bat. He always made it to base. And he has an opportunity here to keep this inning going. That one's outside for a ball. 1-1 is a count. That one's hit over the head of the second baseman. And there goes Exum going to third. He makes it to third on a single by Zane Huff. And Zane Huff is on fire today.
That is the 8th hit of this inning.
Now batting number 19,
North County has brought 11 players to the plate in this inning so far.
Yes.
I mean, what an amazing inning by North County.
Hillsborough in that first inning yesterday brought in 16. Let's see if North County can top that.
Or 11, wasn't it? The final was 15-0, right?
Yeah. Well, they brought in 11 runs. They had 16 batters. in that inning.
Mercy.
Yeah. Well, not 16 runs, but 16 batters and 11 runs.
Yeah.
So.
Plate appearances. Yeah.
And then we got to, then they scored 4, I believe it was in the 4th inning, and then they ended after 5. It looks like North County again isn't going to get a play to 7 if they mercy and have one good play of defense here. This time in their favor, and that's going to be hammered out to left field. That's going to drop for extra bases. 1 run will score. Zane Huff will go to 3rd. And off the double by Tyler Pipkin. He's having another amazing day. He was hit by pitch in his last at-bat. That will score Excom. Zane Huff will go to 3rd.
Number 23,
and this is just a big stat game for North County as it's looking.
Pipkin 3 for 3, on base 4 for 4, 3 runs driven in. He might be in line for player of the game consideration.
Yes,
I mean, I think we're going to have to think about Connor Helms. He's doing a nice job on the hill
Zane
as well.
Huff, Tyler Pipkin.
Yeah.
I think those are the 3 that we'll definitely put into consideration today for your Domino's player of the game. That one's hit high, and if done right, this should end the inning. But no, this one's going to drop. That's going to score 1. If the throw is on time, it's not. That's going to score 2. Caught in a pickle, and he's just going to be tagged out. The run will still count, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The run will still count. But out now is Xavier Scherfis. That's a 2 RBIs. As he gets that one. And our score right now, 15-1 after that inning. North County scored 10. Listen to that. That is absolutely incredible. One good play of defense, and this game will be over. You're watching on UniTec Digital Media's YouTube channel. -1 is our score right here. 3 outs and this ball game's over. This is going pretty great, isn't it, Chad?
Well, I think it's going to be a nice opportunity for Connor Helms to go a complete game.
Yes.
I mean, what a first start for him, and then really a great chance here to go complete game, and especially kind of the way he started, Zach. I mean, he was searching for his control a little bit, gave up a single, gave up a couple of walks in a row, got in some trouble in the first inning, but only gave up the 1 run. And here we are now, and he's still only giving up the 1 run. So I think a really nice chance for him to go complete game. I feel good for Connor, and some really nice offensive performances. You don't see many innings like the one we just saw, Zach. Bottom of the 4th, North County scores 8 runs on 10 hits in that inning alone.
That is insane.
Very impressive.
How many runs do you say they scored?
8 runs on 10 hits in that.
10 runs.
No. So they had 4 in the second. They had a run in the third. So there's 5. So there's 10 runs.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're right.
Connor Helms, I mean, like you said, he's had a great game. That's going to be high for a ball. Ben Smith up to hit right now. He had a single in the first, and that ended up in a run. Then he popped out to left field, or to center field, I'm sorry. No, that's left field. 7 is left field.
It doesn't even fit on the scoreboard. They just put a 0 up there.
Wow.
Because it's single digits for a single inning.
That one's going to be hit high and covering that one. And no, that one should have been third base ball, but shortstop Tim Excom Jr. wanted that one, and that is a crucial error that you did not want to have as he couldn't track that one. Again, the wind has to have a play in that one, but, I mean, Smith will get there, and we'll see if they can do a 14-run comeback here in the 5th inning.
that'd be a pretty tall ask, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be insane. That one's high for a ball.
That's a nice curveball, huh?
That was beautiful.
He dropped that thing right in there.
Curveballs, I think, to me, are the best pitches in baseball. They are the coolest looking. They're the hardest to hit. I mean, those are pitches that I absolutely adore.
Except for the ones that don't, right?
Looked like he wanted to throw another one there, but that just hits him and gets 2 men on.
Well, if you're North County, you're like, let's have this close out. Now they have a little cushion. They have a little room to work with. They can actually give up a few runs and still end this game early, but you know they want to come out here and close this thing down.
Yep. And here goes Jacob Donzie talking to Connor Helms. He's had a great game, and I know he really wants to finish this one, but I mean that first base runner was not his fault. That was Tim Exum Jr.'s fault on that error. But I mean now, you just really want Connor Helms to finish the game, but if he can't do it, you're going to have to get somebody else in there.
You know, you did, and you wanted to give him the opportunity, and he got that opportunity. But for Coach Donzie, I think he wants to make sure that Connor comes out of this game still feeling really good, right? And so, you know, a runner reaches on an error, a hit by pitch. If you can get Connor out still saying, hey, you know, pitched really well today, feeling really good, don't multiply anything that went bad. You know, he always has a chance to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's going to go ahead and
we'll leave him out there. Well, I can definitely tell you, I can see Connor Helms being one of the main starters for North County here in these next games.
Yeah, the way he's thrown today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
incredible.
We'll definitely give him another chance.
Shut down this Patriots offense that is, in general, pretty great. Up to hit now, Logan Stewart. He was pitching the first inning. Allowed a couple, I think 7 runs. Was it 7 or 8? That one's low for a ball. Logan Stewart will be charged with the loss if North County gets out of this inning with 3 outs. I mean, anything's possible. They allowed 11 runs to Hillsborough in the first inning, but I highly doubt the way they're playing. That one was way in the dirt for the second ball. Two O's account for Stewart. Wind up the pitch. That's right down the middle. And that's a pitch that Stewart definitely wants to get back. Runner on second, runner on first. If both of them score, that's still not enough to keep the game going. That one's hit to first base, and he'll just decide to get him out at first.
You bet.
That'll advance 2 runners to scoring position.
Just collect those outs right now. That's all you're looking for.
I mean, now you got 1. All you need is 2 more. You can allow those runners to score. They don't matter right now.
Yep.
All that matters is 2 outs.
That's right. Get your outs. You bet. And now Coach Donzie will make the move.
That is, wow. Well, that ends Connor Helms' game. Pitches 4.1 innings. Pretty great job. Allowed 1 run. Pretty great game for him. He might be our Domino's player of the game. Either him or Zane Huff or Tyler Pipkin Jr.
Bryce Varner checking in to try to close this thing out, Zach.
He had a little bit pitching yesterday. He had, I believe, yeah, it was him. He had one good inning. Started walking some people. He had to get replaced for the final out of the game. And it was literally one pitch. That was Reed Thurston who pitched one pitch to get him out of the game here. And Bryce Varner, I'm sure, just wants to get out of the game right here. 2 more outs. Runners don't matter. And this will be the first win North County season. What are you chalking this one up to? Really great game or new field luck?
I think they caught a little spark on offense, right? And once they kind of found that success, I think it kind of spread and it got a little bit contagious. And I think it took just a moment or two for maybe Helms to get comfortable out there. But once he did, I think when he saw what his defense was going to do for him, calmed him down, and he was able to make some good pitches and some tight spots, and they ended up just fitting together pretty well for the Raiders today.
Absolutely. Bryce Varner looking to get this first save of the season. St. Louis Patriots with this loss, unless some sort of weird miracle happens, they'll be 5-4 on the season. North County will fall to 1-1. Really?
They'll improve to 1-1.
Yeah, well, not fall. I don't know what I'm saying there. But they'll improve to 1-1, much better than 0-1. And I'm sure they feel much better leaving today about tomorrow's game against West County. I think if they play like this against West County, that's going to be a game to watch.
Should be a good game, yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Helms will still be responsible for these 2 runners here. So he's going to be a Bryce Varner fan right now.
Yep. That ball is outside for ball 1 for Will Shark. We were talking about how cool Will Shark's name is.
I do like that name. That's probably my favorite name today.
Ooh. That one was close, but didn't hit him.
Come on, Varner. Find that strike zone, buddy.
2-0. Low again. 3-0. Now, there is a 2-hour time limit, correct? It's like, doesn't matter about the mercy rule?
I don't believe so.
I heard that somewhere. That one's going to be high, and Bryce Varner will walk his first batter. That is not what you want to do.
Load him up, huh?
That puts Smith on third, Dickman on second, and Shark on first.
Number 11,
for Stoker. 4 runs here, and this will be close to keeping the game going.
Stoker doesn't have a round tripper yet this year, but he's got a pair of doubles. He could find a gap.
Inside. 1-0. Yeah, we're not done here yet. Yet the bases loaded. Varner has yet to throw a strike, and that continues there with 1 in the dirt. 6 balls, no strikes for Bryce Varner. Seven balls, no strikes. And I think if you walk one here, maybe it's time to instantly consider putting another man on the mound. Eight balls, no strikes for Bryce Varner. That walks in a run, and I'm sure someone's not happy in the dugout.
Yeah, he just hasn't been able to kind of find that right spot. And that will bring out Coach Stanzi. You know, we still have the Hall of Fame induction yet to come, Zach, after this one. And then, of course, the JV game for folks that are interested in that afterward. That JV game's going to be a little bit cooler, though. You might want to bring your jacket out if you're headed this way.
I mean, I finally put one of mine on.
I think our producer, Emma's getting a little chilly over there.
Again, thanks to our crew. We got me, Zach Dollar, Chad Speaker. We got Emma Richards.
Robbie Murdoch running our camera now. Jacob Mathis helping us out. So Varner faced, what did he face, Zach? Two hitters.
Yep.
And walked them both.
So will these runners still be Varners?
So the first runner that came in goes against Helms, even though he was walked in. And then the runner at third will be still Helms' guy. And the runners at first and second will belong to Varner now.
Pitching now.
Extum
Jr. He's having one heck of a game. Extum Jr. on the hitting side of things. 2 strikeouts start off the game, but then he had a double. And he was hit by the pitch.
Extum threw a little bit last year. He was 4-0, in fact, Zach. He had a 1.26 ERA. So put in some really nice innings. Threw 33 1/3 innings for North County last year. Struck out 33, walked 12. So he had some pretty nice numbers.
Yeah, pretty nice.
He's a good guy to come in and try to slam this door here.
1 out still.
You know, a guy that we haven't really necessarily noticed a whole lot, except for when we were really kind of paying attention to him, and which speaks well of him, is Jackson Scherfus behind the plate, the freshman. Which means if you're not noticing him, that means there's not a lot of action. There are not a lot of pass balls. You know, really did his job nicely today.
The whole team done the job nicely. I don't think there's been a single player, I'd say, just kind of ruined the drift for him. 9 straight balls thrown by the North County players. Jansen up to hit. Count falls at 1-0.
Some really nice plays in the field today. Pipkin, nice play at third. I think the outfield all the way around looks sharp.
Yep. That's going to be the first strike in 9 pitches.
There's that elusive strike, right? That's where he got to start.
Yep. Great pitch as well for Extum. It's going to be low for a ball. Jansen, that's a walk. He had a walk and a fly ball to left field this game. This is only his 3rd at-bat, which, seeing North County's at-bats, it's crazy how.
Hit him. Yikes.
That scores another. That's now 3 runs for St. Louis Patriots. You know, they're making a comeback slowly, but they're coming back just a little bit. They're only down by 12 now.
Bases loaded here. You know, one swing of the bat could force this into another inning at least.
Yep. It's going to be low. Noah Parker, he struck out and walked for his 2 ABs today. Low again.
Wow, those are close ones too.
Yeah, they are. I'm expecting the umpire is a bit slower. Well, not slower in that sense, but slower. He just takes a step back, calls a strike, takes a second to figure out whether it's a ball or strike, but just like that one.
More deliberate, I guess.
Yep. And I keep expecting him to step back, call his strike, but he just doesn't do it. Guess he's got a better vision than we do, you know. 2-1 is the count. One's going to be hammered out to center field. It's going to score 1. Keep the bases loaded. RBI single for Noah Parker.
So Helms, we can kind of close the book on him now finally. He does give up 3 runs in the ball game. There's 2 inherited runs there.
Yeah, how
one run given up so far by
yeah.
Varner, and then he's still responsible for the man at third.
How disappointing, you know. That's a strike right there.
Yeah, but you know what? You close the door, and you're gonna you make a play here. You're gonna forget about the end of it. You're gonna say we got a double-digit win, right?
Mm-hmm. Right now it's 4-15. One out. It's a strike down the middle again. 0-2. In control of this one completely.
Now it'll give Coach Donzie some coaching points.
Yep.
You know, hey, let's be happy with the win. Let's sharpen things up there toward the tail end.
It's going to be outside. Sherfus was almost fully standing on that pitch. Made that one outside. 1-2. Still in control is Extum. Low again, and he's starting to lose a little bit of that control as it becomes 2-2.
All the fans are like, get the shutdown right here, guys.
That one's going to be fouled backwards, continuing the at-bat. I mean, I can't blame him. It's getting a little chilly.
Right,
Sun's almost gone.
Yeah.
All you needed was 3 outs, and, you know, it's not like they're bringing offense. There's a lot of defense or pitching errors a little bit. Too many walks. That one's going to be hit out deep to right field. Can he make the grab? He will not. That bounces off the glove. That scores 1. That scores 2, and this ball game is not going to be over. Bet the fans don't like that one. A double off of an error by the right fielder.
Adkerson hammered that ball, though, didn't he, Zach? I mean,
yeah,
he really pounded it. Metter, I thought, had a good jump on it. He was tracking it well, and I think it hit his mitt as he then took one step into the fence.
Mm-hmm.
That ball was really punished out there.
Well, I mean, it's not really one of those errors that, come on, you should have got that. That
right,
was a difficult
But
play.
you're right, it hit his mitt. I mean, that's a fair assessment.
Strike 1 on Skaggs.
Now batting number 18, Jeremy Skaggs.
Skaggs on the day, 0 for 2. He also had a walk. This is his 4th at-bat. That's going to be a strike right down the middle. He looked like he wanted to swing on that one. 0-2. Opportunity to get the second out. 6-15 is our score in the bottom of the 5th.
And Barner, by the way, gives up 2 runs. He faced 2 batters. He walked them both. And so he gives up those 2 runs.
That one's hit out to left. That's going to score a run. And an error. Will they get him? And the ball came out on the throw to second. That one was close. But the ball was gone, and that's going to score a run off a single by Skaggs. And then
now batting number 25.
Smart base running by Skaggs on the air.
Well, North County had that big inning, Zach, and now it's,
Mm-hmm.
well, I guess it's the Patriots' turn as they've hit all the way around in this inning.
Yep. There's a strike down the middle. Ben Smith in this inning. He is 0 for 0 on the air, but technically he hit the ball, but there was an error. One's going to be outside for a ball.
He kind of got the party started for him, though. He hit that ball over. It was that just a little fly ball out behind, between short and third, and couldn't come up with it. And came all the way around to score after that.
That one's going to be hammered. Right in the gap. That's going to drop. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2 if he can't make the throw in time on an RBI double. 9-15. And what a clutch double by Ben Smith. That's going to score Skaggs, and that's also going to score Adkerson. As it becomes 9-15. What started out as a 14-run deficit is now a 6-run deficit.
Boy, and what started out as something that we thought this is going to be over early. It's going to be a run rule. Well, that's gone by the wayside, and now the victory is starting to, maybe get in doubt just a little bit.
Yep. There's a strike. Dickman is up, and North County's looking for any way they can end this inning. That's going to be hit. That's going to go to second. Drop the ball a little bit. Can he get it? He will make the grab, and very, very close play, but get the second out. It's going to be a 4-3. And that brings up Stewart, runner on third. This will make it a 5-run ball game. Will this still count as a save for Exton if he comes away with the win? That one's going to be fouled backwards.
No, because it was too far away. There too many runs.
Oh, and 1 is a count. That's going to be outside, but called for strike on Dickman. Jonathan Dickman, how he is today, he's 0 for 2, and his first at-bat was a walk. That one's going to be low, called for a ball. 1-2. Still in control of the situation is Exum. That one's hit. Third base. Oh, Pipkin grabbed it, but it bounced off of his glove and off of the body and grabbed by the shortstop, but no play can be made as there's going to be an error off of Extum. And that is going to score Benjamin Smith.
Wow, run number 10.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's run number 9.
9 runs in this inning. 9 runs in the inning, 10 overall.
Yeah. That is insane. Pitch, slow, called for a ball. Will Shark on the inning is 0 for 0 with a walk. He also had a single and a fly ball out to center field. He's going to hit that one. It's high. Will that stay in? I think that's out. No play can be made. Well.
Good effort by Sherfus over there.
Yeah.
I mean, he was right up against the fence. Gave it all he could.
At least he still counted for a strike.
North County just wants this inning, or this half inning, I guess, to come to its merciful conclusion here.
Yep. I mean, then we're still going to have 2 more innings in this win. It's inside for a ball. 2-1 for Will Shark. Runner at first. This will only make it 11. And this is, what a comeback by the Patriots this late in the inning. I mean, you can see a lot of people are leaving. Not a lot of people being as ecstatic. As that one is low, apparently. It looked like that one was going to be called for a strike as the blue stepped back. But called that one for a ball.
Stick around for the Hall of Fame ceremonies, folks. That'll be nice.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. And the count is now full. 1 more strike, and they are out of this inning. 15-10. The North County Raiders are still leading by 5. The Patriots only had 1 run going into the inning and are now at risk of winning the game. That one's going to be hammered out to left field. That's going to be an extra base hit. That's going to score 1 if he gets there, which he will. No chance at getting that one at all, and Stewart scores, and that's now 11 runs. 10 runs for the Patriots
in the inning. This is we've had 2 innings where we've had 2 innings where a team has scored 10 runs. This is incredible.
This is, I mean, I'm shocked. I was.
Every game is kind of its own thing, its own story, and I've done a lot of games, but never one quite like this.
This one is insane. That pitch is hammered out to left field. If he can make the grab, diving catch is not caught. I thought that was caught for a minute. That scores 1, 12-15. So Will Shark scores. Do I count that as an error?
Oh, no, definitely
Yeah,
not an error. I mean, that was a great diving effort. Coach Donzie was hoping that they would, say it was a catch and an out, but the referee had hustled out, and I thought your eyes were true as well, Zach. It seemed like Huff dove and then twisted and then picked up the ball off the ground after that. I think I saw the same thing you did, and I think the umpires did too. And
well, they're discussing it now. 3-run game. Shall I remind you, folks, this started as a 14-run game, and now it's a 3-run game. Let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah, and they say, nope, it was a clear, clean hit out there and not a catch.
And that's the right call. The umpire says it is. It's true. Jansen.
11 runs. 11 runs in this inning. On how many hits? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 hits in this inning is what I've scored here by the Patriots.
Strike. Outside strike on Jansen. 12-15. This is, something else.
13 hitters. 14. Beg your pardon. 14 hitters have come to the plate, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 14 hitters have come to the plate.
This is one of the most crazy games. That one's going to be hit out to left field. Well, that one will actually make the grab.
Huff's got it.
Zane Huff. And that's how we end the inning. But the ball game isn't over, is it? Looks like they're lining up.
Let's see if they call it here. I don't believe it is.
I mean, I was under the impression.
No, we're playing. Regulation is 7 unless it's a 10-run rule.
Yeah. So, 11 runs scored in that inning. That's the second 11-run inning North County has allowed in the 2 games this year. But that was that was something else.
That was amazing.
Zane Huff gets the final out of fly ball out to left field. Get the out, but I mean, the Patriots, what a comeback. Let's go ahead and take a short break.
Banking with people like you, UniTec Bank. We put you first in everything we do. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. We're your local hometown bank, your friends and neighbors too. Banking with people like you, UniTec.
Logan Bates on the pitching change. Logan Bates, some stats for him this year. He pitched 2 games. His record is 1-0. He has 0 saves, 2 runs. ER is 1. His hits, he's allowed 2. He's allowed 0 triples. His stats are pretty good for this year. He has a PCT of 1,000. So Logan Bates coming in here trying to get the lead to stay the same. That's a swinging strike 1 to start off the inning for Metter. That one's hit. Foul ball. 0-2 for Metter. I mean, we still have the bottom of this inning and 2 more innings to go. The JV game was scheduled to start 12 minutes ago. I wonder if the umpires are going to let them play the whole game out, Chad?
That's 7's regulations, Zach.
Swinging strike 3.
That was a nasty hook that time
Yeah,
by Bates.
Strikeouts are brought to you by Belgrade State Bank. I mean, you got to be
Connor Helms.
You got to be disappointed if you're Connor Helms. I mean,
Well, you know what though? He's still in line to get the win.
Yeah, but I mean,
but he would have liked to have seen it. Yeah, finish a lot sooner. He would have liked the guys to take care of his inherited runners, certainly. But he's still in line to get the win. We'll see.
I think I'd say this is one of the craziest games of baseball I've ever seen. There's a strike, nice curve there.
I'm telling you, Bates has a deuce there. He's throwing those curveballs.
Yeah. Connor Helms, the pitcher. He walked. He hit a double, he walked and he hit 2 doubles. That one's fouled there for a second strike. But 2 doubles and a walk, I believe. So 2 for 2. He's having a good game hitting-wise as well as pitching-wise. He did, and that's going to be a single out to right field. Nice hit.
Now by number 21, Michael Huff.
And so Connor Helms will continue his hitting streak. That's 3 at-bats in a row that he gets a hit. That one's out to left field. I mean, we might have to rethink our Domino's Player of the Game's candidates if the Patriots come away with a win here. I mean, they're still down by 3.
Yeah, Helms 3 for 3, and he's on base 4 for 4. Zach, he worked that walk in that he was able to collect in the second inning.
But then you also got competitors like Zane Huff and Tyler Pipkin. Tyler Pipkin did have a rough error over at third base, though, earlier.
And I still think Helms did a good job as the starter.
Yeah, he really did a great job. The count's 1-0 right now, but like you said, did a great job. You know, when he got taken out, that's when things started falling apart, as that one's fouled back for a strike 1. And so right now, 1-1 is the count. 1 out. We didn't mention earlier, but Helms stole second, and so he's on second. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Logan Bates might come away.
What's that curveball again?
Discussing something at the mound. So still talking at the mound, wondering what they're talking about. He's having a pretty great game pitching. I mean, I think if the Patriots can get the lead here and win the game, I think Logan Bates might actually have to be included in our Domino's Pizza of the Game. Not Pizza of the Game, but Domino's Player of the Game. 1-2 is the count. What could they possibly be talking about here?
Sure.
While we're there, let's thank a couple of our sponsors. Let's start with Danielle Burns, Keller Williams Realty. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that so wrong. Inflatable Fun, Griffin Automotive Design, Premier Door Company, Bryant Restoration, Bauman Oil, and BJC Healthcare. They're done talking on the mound, and so back up is Michael Huff. That's going to be a ball. That's going to be low in the dirt, and that's going to advance Connor Helms to third base. 2-2 is the count. Connor Helms, 2 stolen bases right here as he's now on base. (15-12) still. The pitch, that's going to be high for a ball. Brings the count full. 3-2. That's a strike down the middle, and it's no swing. And Michael Huff will strike out. Second out. Logan Bates now has 2 Ks and 3 at-bats. Again, strikeouts are brought to you by Belgrade Bank.
Varner.
Up to bat now, Bryce Varner. has 2 strikeouts today. Swing and a miss. Nice. Nasty curve right there. He has 2 strikeouts and a score off, I believe, a walk. 0-1 on the count off the swing right there. Pitch, that's going to be low in the dirt. Going home is Connor Helm. He's sliding, and the call is safe, says the ball dropped out, and that's a run scored. Great hustle by Connor Helm to score a run, and that puts some separation a little bit. Instead of 3, now it's 4. 16-12 is a score. That's going to be a ball also on Bryce Varner, as the count is now 1-1. What great hustle by Connor Helms, right, Chad?
Beat it by a step. I mean, a really good hustle. It took everything he had to get there because, I thought Bates covered the plate really well. And then pretty good hustle by Atkerson, but, Helms just flat beat it out.
I thought they had him, but, I mean.
Like, he just got under it.
Yep.
Just got under it.
Great play. It's going to be high for ball. I mean, in any other game that you wouldn't have just almost blown a 14-point lead, I'm sure they would have decided just stay here. Third base is fine. But they just wanted to put some separation after that rough inning. That's going to be low again. The count falls to 3-1.
I mean, hopefully for North County, that's the type of aggressive mentality that he wants to instill in that team. If they're playing baseball hard, I hate the comment the right way, but if they're playing hard and in baseball I like to see, then you're trying to make that play every time.
Strike right down the middle. I'm sure Varner wants that one back. 3-2. The count's full. 2 outs. 1 pitch here could determine if the inning will be over. And that is a strike 3, and he retires the side. 4 at-bats, 3 strikeouts for Logan Bates. Logan Bates, again, strikeouts are brought to you by Belgrade State Bank. We're heading to the top of the 6th on Digital Media YouTube channel.
Hi, folks. John Robinson, Pettis, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Super Center. Folks, we are loaded with inventory. We're dealing. If we don't have it, we'll order it.
Hey, I'm Big Mike here at Pettis Automotive in Farmington. Just wanted to come to you and let you know that we got some great deals and great savings going on here, so come on by and check us out. Ask for Big Mike, and I'll be here for you. Thank you.
Folks, we will also buy your car. We'll guarantee to pay more than anybody else for your car. Pre-owned cars, we've got them too. So come see us, Pettis Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Super Center.
About your next step?
Epscombe Jr. back on the mound for his second inning. I'm not going to lie, he didn't have the great first showing, but at least he ended the streak of walks. Just allowed him to hit off of them and scores 12-16. The end of the last inning, it was 15-1, 3 outs, and we would have all got to go home. But now we're still here at the top of the 6th. North County up 16-12. Chad, you mentioned earlier you've never seen a game like this before. I have to agree with you. This has to be one of the craziest games of baseball I've seen, at least in a long time.
It's different, and I covered sports for so many years and done so many games, and if people ask me, well, why do you still enjoy it? And that really today's a good example. Why? Because I mean, no game is the same. You just see something new all the time, and this game, like I said, I've never seen one quite like it.
I mean, there are always baseball games. I'm not going to lie, as there's a strike thrown.
That's a good way to start.
Yep. At bat right now is Noah Parker. But I'm not going to lie, baseball to me is not the most entertaining sport, I mean, when I'm calling it, I think it's fun. But I'd much rather sit down and watch a basketball or a football game. This is a game that has just been exciting and, super fun to watch, in my opinion. I mean, you got great defenses, and then all of a sudden, one certain inning, the offense is snap, and you got great offensive plays, and it's just been entertaining to watch through and through as that one's hit high for a foul. into the brand new tennis courts. Again, after the game, our live stream isn't even done. We still got the Hall of Fame inductees. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and stay tuned. After the game, we will also be live streaming that. 1 and 2 is the count for Parker. Calls times. I mean, when you think this game was supposed to be over 20 minutes ago, the JV game was supposed to be starting at 6:30. Now it's not. That one's going to be popped up. Calling as a second baseman. He'll just trap that one. Get that one. Michael Huff on the grab for a fly 4 for the first out. Adkerson is now at the plate. Adkerson has a fly ball to center field, a strikeout, and he reached base on an error. This is his 4th at-bat of the ballgame.
Had that 2-run double in the big 5th inning last inning.
Ball high. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've seen a high school game as thrilling as this one. I mean, it's getting close. I mean, actually, the ending of the Farmington game this past Saturday was pretty great, too.
Which one were you at?
They played a doubleheader over at Engler.
Okay.
That one's fouled. They played Cape Girardeau. Not Cape Girardeau. They played, I can't remember what name was. Cape Notre Dame. That's who it was, Cape Notre Dame. And then they played Southside. So they beat both teams and only allowed 2 runs the whole thing. Farmington's going to have a great year. That one swung at and missed. A great pitch right there by Eskin Jr. That's going to bring the count to 2-2 for Adkerson. That's going to be inside, and the count is full. Top of the 6th. We'll still have the bottom of the 6th and the top of the 7th to play before we can move on to JV game. That one's hit to the third baseman. That's going to be a nice throw, and they're going to call him out. Looked like maybe to me he stepped off the bag, but I guess the umpire's got better eyes than me as he calls that one a 5-3.
Pipkin did a nice job of reading that ball, Zach, because his initial response and the proper initial response for any infielder is to charge that ball, right, and make a play on it. But you could see him discern that okay, should I charge this thing? No, let me take a step back, and I can catch it right there in mid-hop. And I thought he did a nice job reading that ball and making that play.
Zane Huff overread it yesterday, too. You know, that one is going to be called for a strike. But Zane Huff overread one, and that allowed an inside-the-park home run. I'm sure Coach also had some talking about that one after yesterday's game. So 12-16 your score. We're in the bottom of the we're actually at the top of the 6th. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting we're at North County's brand new home field. And what a beauty it is. 1-1.
Got the big NC out in center field. If you want to see some stories about the building of the new field, you can go to some stories and videos that we have right here at UniTec Digital Media.
Can I be honest with you? I didn't even notice there was a big NC in the middle of the field. That one's called for a ball 3. That is gorgeous.
Out in center field, yeah, you can kind of see it from here, but those overhead shots that we have on our stories really will let you see it really well.
I mean, of course, I made one of them stories myself. It's 4 pitches later, and he's walked. But I made one of them stories myself. I guess I just forgot about the big NC. I mean, I'm a sucker for logos in center field.
Now batting number 25, Benjamin Smith.
We're 2.5 hours into this one.
Yeah, this might be the longest game I've ever done.
Top of the 6th.
And we're supposed to only go to 7 outs, and we're 2. This is a MLB long game. That is insane. It's going to be low for ball. Benjamin Smith at the plate for his 5th time today. It's outside, low. 6 straight balls thrown by North County. pitch. Down the middle for a strike. I mean, this game was supposed to be over with the sun still out, and now look at it. It's low. It's getting chilly. And there's still a JV game. That one's going to be hit. Deep to left field. No chance of getting that one was the left fielder. And looks like they're going to have a 2-out rally started here for the St. Louis Patriots. That brings Skaggs to second. Smith to first. 12-16, 4-run game. North County Raiders still leading.
Jonathan Dickman.
North County will go on to play West County tomorrow. I believe they're at West County, am I correct? They're at West County. That one is hit out to left field. That should score a run. The throw is to the nice throw home. That's going to keep them at third. And with 2 outs, a single will make the bases loaded. And so everybody on the base, home run here would tie it up.
Good charging play by Huff and left, and a good strong throw home to prevent that run. But you got your cleanup man now, Logan Stewart, your starting pitcher, leader in RBIs on the year. If he comes up with a big swing here, I mean a big swing, take a poke, he could tie this game.
I mean, this is crazy. Like you said, tie game here off a home run. That would solidify it as one of the craziest games I've ever seen. As that one's called for a looking strike.
He wanted to pull the trigger there too, but the curveball just kept his bat back.
Down south side for a ball. Logan Stewart. He has a walk and then 2 straight outs, and then he got on base on an error. And this is his 5th at-bat of the day. Pitch is going to be hit into center field. Stewart will bring 1 in. Stewart will bring 2 in. Throw is not in time. 2 runs scored. And we're at a 2-run ball game. That brings Dickman to second. Stewart to first on the single. 2 RBI single.
Still short.
This is something else. Scoreboard only has 13. Am I correct? They had 12, and that just scored 2, right?
I believe you're right.
Swing and a miss. And so, actually, that was fouled back in the glove. They should add 1 more on the scoreboard. So getting that figured out. That one's going to be hit foul. And now he falls behind in the count, 0-2. We wind up the pitch. Down the middle for a strikeout looking. 3 straight strikes, and North County gets out of that inning. Scoreboard still says 13-16, but your real score today right now is 14-16. Heading to the bottom of the 6th. We still got an inning and a half to play right here at North County's brand new baseball field. We're going to go ahead and take a break. You're watching on UniTec Digital Media's YouTube channel.
Think Mineral Area College. We offer small class sizes, transferable credits, and tuition rates less than half of a university. It's affordable, quality education. Apply at mineralarea.edu. Mineral Area College. It starts here.
We're back. The North County Raiders are up 16-14. Scoreboard still says 13, but me and Chad, we both have 14, correct?
That's what I had, Zach. I had 2 RBIs. on that single by Stewart.
I mean, I don't think two people would have just messed that up.
I think so. That's what I've got too. 16-14.
Leading off the bottom of 6 for the Raiders.
Look like the Patriots are trying to make sure and get that correction as well. We'll go with 16-14.
Yep. Pitch. That's going to be way behind. At the plate now, we got Jackson Scherfus. Still pitching, Logan Bates. He had a pretty great first inning, except allowed 1 run, but I mean, still pretty good. The pitch. That's going to be hammered out to left field. That's fair. That's going to bounce through the wall. It'll be at least a double. They're going to tell him to stay at second. Leadoff double for Jackson Scherfus. We're not done yet. The action is still going on. 2.5 hours, or 2 hours and 34 minutes into this game.
We've got 16-14 as our tally here, yeah. And the folks up on the scoreboard were asking what we had as well. And the Patriots came over and asked, and
yeah.
I was with you, Zach. I felt like you had the right one there.
I was positive I saw 2 people score, and it looks like I was right. So
I guess we can watch it back later on UniTec Digital Media.
Yep. Just remember, all of our past games played are here in our live stream archive. Just click on our YouTube channel, hit the live tab, and you can check out any game that was live streamed through the history of the UniTec Digital Media channel. Stolen base there for Jackson Scherfus on a ball. Escom Jr. is up hitting 2 strikeouts, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Then he had a double in the 4th. Then he reached on a hit by pitch in the 5th. The bottom of the 6th here. He has a chance at bringing another RBI and making a 3-run game. Pitch. That's going to be inside. Ball 2 for Tyler Escom Jr. Don't forget, folks, we have, after the game, the Hall of Fame inductees being live streamed through UniTec Digital Media. Pitch is going to be hammered into left field. That's going to be an RBI single, and Escom will get to first. And Jackson Scherfus will go home 17-14. Oh, my goodness.
It's a football score, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, good thing North County was able to tack on that field goal.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at this. This is, I got to say, this is one of the most high-scoring baseball games. I've been alive for 18 years. My whole family's been a baseball family ever since I've been born. And so I've seen thousands of baseball games, and I don't think I've seen one that has been as crazy as this.
You haven't seen 31 runs?
No. I'm sure I've seen 31 runs. I mean, of course, you got baseball teams that can score 25 in a game, especially in preseason, but I haven't seen a game where it's almost over, one team for sure won, and then a big comeback by another team to almost ensure that they might get the win, and they just keep trading runs back and forth. Well, not trading runs, as there's a strike called there, but they're not trading runs because, of course, North County has led the whole game, except in that first inning. But, I mean, this is insane. That's for sure.
Not trading leads, but kind of going back and forth on scoring for sure.
0-1 is the count. Zane Huff having a really great ball game. They got to be exhausted out there. Leading off. There he goes. That's going to be low. No throw as he drops the ball. That's going to bring Tyler Escom Jr. Or Tim Escom Jr. I'm sorry. I just called him Tyler again. That is my bad. I keep getting him confused with Tyler Pipkin. I mean, it's been a long game. So, 1 ball, 2 strikes? Was that what you have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For some reason, I had 2 balls, 1 strike. That's my bad. Must have got confused there a little bit. Pitch. It's foul backwards. Zane Huff will stay in the plate. You got Tim Escom Jr. at second base in scoring position for the North County Raiders. 0 outs. I mean, it's getting pretty late. You still got one more half of an inning to play. No outs here. Zane Huff will smartly take that ball, and that was excellent placing by the pitcher and almost excellent. Actually, no, that was almost excellent placing by the pitcher and pretty great framing, I think, by the catcher out there. Two and two is the count. 0 outs. Runner in scoring position. The pitch, that's going to be high. Full count for Zane Huff, who has had 2 runs today, a walk, 2 singles. Actually, 3 singles. I'm sorry. He singled in the first inning as well. He's having one heck of a game, isn't he, Chad?
Yeah, on base 4 for 4 when you include that walk.
The pitch, that's another hit. That's another single. This is going to score one. Maybe if the throw could be in time. No, he's going to stay at third. Smartly stays at third is Tyler Escom, and that's going to be another single. Zane Huff now has 4 singles, and I think he is in top contention with Connor Helms for player of the game.
And nobody's been retired yet in this inning. You got double, single, run scored.
Don't worry, guys. We still have 4 more hours left in the day. We can stay here. (17-14).
Pipkin's another 4 for 4 guy. 3 hits, hit by a pitch.
Another contingent for player of the game. He's had a couple of mishaps as well, but I mean he's definitely coming back from his rough game yesterday. I mean, defensively, he did good pitching because it's a pitcher's job to let the batters hit the ball. But defensively, he made quite a few errors as well against Hillsborough. I think he's had a pretty big comeback game. That one's going to be high as well. He's going to check him down at third, but he's going to stay. Zane Huff steals second. 2-0 is the count on Pipkin. Score is still 17-14. I mean, this has been 6 innings, too. The pitch, low. 3-0 is the count. No outs counted for
I wonder if
St. Louis Patriots.
Coach Donzi turns Pipkin loose here. I almost feel like if he gets a fat one in the middle, to turn him loose here.
Absolutely. I mean, that.
Let's see.
Tyler Pipkin's a power hitter. Sitting at the 4 spot.
Well, no, he's taken. But, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I think.
I just was wondering.
Taking a 3-0 is a smart choice, you know.
Yeah.
Because typically, if it's a 3-0, you swing, you don't swing, and it's typically a strike. But, I mean, you also got to admit it's an unspoken rule. And that one is lifted out deep to right field. Is it going? It's off the wall. Almost gone in the first home run. Almost in the North County Stadium. That's going to score 2. The throw home. He's out because catcher was in the way. He runs into the catcher, and they're looking. Zane Huff is looking for a catcher interference. He was standing in the base path. Am I not wrong, or is that illegal?
No, he's making a play on the ball. He can't stand there and block it if the ball's there, but making a play on the ball, and then the runner's coming in. And to me, that's a good baseball play.
Yeah. I mean, ran right into it, and they clearly didn't like the call, but Escom still scores.
How about Pipkin, though? No, kind of lost in that, Zach, because he was about 18 inches from a home run, from a 3-run job, and that was going the opposite way. He just hit a ball about 324 feet the opposite way in cold conditions. That was a monster shot.
That was incredible. And ends up in a double. That's going to be hit to short. Diving play, but he's not going to make a play on that one. He prevented the ball from going out to left field, and that was a smart play because he kept the runners at second instead of advancing them to third. That's going to be an infield single for Xavier Scherfus. And that brings up Zach Metter. 18-14 now as Erskine scored. It's going to be low. No runners will go. Of course, I feel like I'm missing something. Never mind. I figured it out. Want to know. That one's going to be hit. Zach Metter, not Murder. Ooh!
Mercy.
That was inches from hitting a little kid's face.
You had a cluster of would-be concessionaires over there, and that ball rattled in.
That's a dangerous thing about a baseball field. It's definitely the most dangerous sport for bystanders, for people just watching, you know. In football, they're unlikely they're going to throw a ball at your head. Same thing in basketball, but in baseball, anytime you hit a ball, that can be, you don't know, it could be coming right for your head. Is that's going to be a ball, and it's going to be 2-1 is a count for Metter. Misspoke his name earlier. I said murder. I apologize for that one. That is definitely not his last name. As that ball's going to be lost, and he's not. He's just going to watch that one. Probably should have had more hustle to get that one, as two runners do steal, but he could have had an opportunity to head home.
Well, it gets a walk, so runners are
dancing. He was walking
there. Yeah.
Okay, I had my count wrong. I'm sorry. That was a dumb thing to say of me. Connor Helm, the second at-bat of the inning. He had a single and later scored.
Yeah, he's got a pair of doubles today, too, Zach. I mean, this is a guy that can clear the bags with a good cut.
Yeah, bases loaded. Only a 4-run game. That one's hammered, and you're right. That's going. Gone, maybe? No.
Stayed in the field of play.
Oh, wow. Does that score 2, though?
How about that?
It's a single.
He just hit a 308-foot single. I mean, that was crushed. That ball absolutely was crushed. Most of the spring day, that's going out of the ballpark.
Absolutely, but, I mean, it's windy, but a single.
309-foot single. Holy smokes.
That is that's something else. Him and Pipkin both. It was Pipkin who almost hit the home run to right field, right? I believe.
Mm-hmm. So 2 more runs come home on the single, and 20-14 now.
34 runs scored
Golly.
Today's game in 6 innings. Can we mention? This is. I'm sure North County's glad with this offense. Granted that they got thrown a no-hitter yesterday.
Yeah, but they're now averaging 10 runs a ball game.
That is insane. That is. I mean, I'm getting chilly out here. They're just not wanting to stop. It's a stat game for sure. They're fixing their stats from yesterday. This is going to be. This is going to be crazy. I have to get some papers done, fill out some papers for the game tomorrow, you know, get my stats. And I can't wait to go through and see exactly the ERA and all that tomorrow as I prepare for their game versus West County. Michael Huff up to hit, struck out his last AB for the only out. That's going to be a fly ball deep to left. That's going to be caught for a fly ball in left field, and it's out. An F7 for the second out. And that's going to leave Metter and Helms on second and first. Bringing up Bryce Varner.
Number 3, Bryce Varner.
It's crazy for me because I had to scoot over a little bit, you know, to fill up the 6th inning. And so I have outs and then I have singles, and I can't tell who hit this inning and who didn't. That's just the kind of game it's been, Chad.
Well, once again, this is the 9th hitter in the inning. I think we've had 4 half innings where these teams have hit all the way around their lineup.
Absolutely crazy stat. 2 outs in the inning. 2-0 is the count on Bryce Varner. He's had a single.
You know the crazy part about this inning is that only 1 walk. I mean, look at this: a double, a single, a single, a double, a single, a walk, a single, and a fly ball. I mean, only 1 walk, and North County has hit around again.
Strike called. I mean, you're right. This is. We said this numerous times. This is one of the most insane games I've ever seen in a high school baseball game. Oh, he was going golfing on that one. 2-2. There's some things that you should just let go, Chad, and that was definitely one of them.
I was really impressed with Logan Bates when he first came on. I thought his curveball was sensational, but North County, they figured him out. Until there.
Yep. Strikeout. That was looking. Strikeout looking. Strikeouts are brought to you by Belgrade State Bank. We're heading to the top of the 7th. If North County can get 3 outs, we're actually going to go home this time. Top of the 7th coming up 20-14 on UniTec Digital Media YouTube channel.
being a State Farm good neighbor.
We're back. 20-14.
Well, for the second time today, Zach, we can say North County's 3 outs away from closing this thing out.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that we could go home. Well, not go home because JV's still playing. My brother plays for JV. But I was thinking that this game could be over. And, yeah, it's not. 20-14.
A reminder, after all this,
yep.
We're at the 250 mark of this ball game, but we'll have the Hall of Fame ceremonies coming up right afterward.
That's an MLB length game, you know that?
Escom back out for another inning of work. Connor Helms started this thing out and threw 4 1/3. He's still in line for the victory. North County never did lose that lead after they surged ahead in the second, 4-1.
The pitch, that one's going to be hit foul backwards. Hitting now, if I'm correct, it's Stoker.
How about we get the first 1-2-3 inning of this ball game? How would that be?
We're all just ready to go home.
It'd be something. We've had 4 in the second, the third, and the fourth. Only 4 hitters came to the plate, but
that's a low ball. Count goes 1-1.
That 1-2-3 inning has been very elusive today.
Yes, absolutely. That one's hit out far deep to center.
Not happening here.
Running backwards, that's going to bounce off the wall. That's going to be a 2-run, or not a 2-run, just a 2-base double, because that's what a double is.
What a rip by Stoker! I mean, he got into that thing. That was a line drive that one hop to the wall.
Number 14, Ben Jansen.
I thought again that had potential to be out. I mean, again, like you said, a nice day that's not cold or the wind affecting anything. Those things are gone.
North County's just hoping to win this thing.
Jansen up to hit now. The pitch outside. Ball 1 for Ben Jansen. Jansen, he walked. Then he flew out to left field. Then he hit a double. Then he flew out to left field. And here we are. Runner on second. Strike 1. Holding on for a miracle are the St. Louis Patriots. They're only down by 6. They were down by 14 before, so anything's possible. I mean, we thought the game would be over an hour and a half ago. That one's hammered foul into the new tennis courts again.
Good frame job by Scherfus on that last pitch. I thought he kind of hung on the outside of that plate and kind of framed it up on that black really well.
Absolutely. Jackson Scherfus is a young talent. That's, again, just a really good talent. That's fouled. And so a redemption pitch coming up.
Yeah, his development's going to be really fun to watch over the next few years.
Absolutely.
And we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast too. The leadoff guy, catcher and a leadoff guy as a freshman.
Top of the broadcast seems hours and hours ago as he's going to strike out looking. And that's how we get our first out. Beautiful pitch. Beautiful pitch there. Bascom Jr. Again, strikeouts are brought to you by Belgrade State Bank. The pitch. That one's going to be swung at for a strike. 0-1 is the count.
Nifty breaker by Excom right there.
That one's going to be hammered to third base, and whoa, he just fell down but didn't try to reach the glove out or anything. He's going to stay at third, and so a single, and that'll bring Stoker to third and Parker to first.
I think 3 times in this ball game, Zane Huff has charged the ball well enough out there in left field that, if you have a lazy left fielder, they probably score, but charges hard enough and comes up. either throwing or ready to throw, and the Patriots have had to put on the brakes there at third base.
Well, in yesterday's game, Zainhoff tried a little too hard, I think. I mean, he made several errors out there, and, at the beginning of the game I said the left side of the field is definitely their biggest weakness, as there's a strike on Atkerson. But the left side of the field is definitely their biggest weakness. And so Zainhoff's really been fixing some of that. And I'd say Pipkin's doing better than he did yesterday, too.
Well, maybe they had a bad day, I guess, huh?
Yeah. The whole team had a bad day yesterday. That's fouled. And so the count will fall to 0-2 for Atkerson. Atkerson flew out center, struck out, reached on an air, and then hit the ball to third base, back to first for an out. So he has one thing where he got on base. This counts 0-2 here. That's going to be low and in the dirt. He's going to lose that one, but nobody's going to steal. Wary of Jackson Scherf's arm, and the count's going to come to 1-2.
Tough ball to come up with cleanly for Scherfus, but the most important part is he kept it in front. Kept that run over there at third base.
Pitch high, deep to center, but it looks like center has got it under control. Tracks that one down perfectly, but he's going, and so a run will score there on a sacrifice fly. But we now have 2 outs and 1 out away from ending this ball game. Scoring Stoker. (15-20). 5-run ball game here at the top of the 7th. One of the longest games of high school baseball I have ever seen, Chad.
It's getting there. 3-hour mark.
It's going to go outside. Top of the order, Skaggs now up. We still got a JV game, too. That's low. (2-0). It's going to be low again. 3-0 and stealing. No throw there. So Noah Parker will get there. 3 balls in a row thrown by Eskim Jr. And so they really just don't want to end this baseball game, do they, Chad?
We'll get there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm loving this game. I mean, this is one of the most fun games I've ever called in my life, but that's going to be outside, so he'll walk. But, I mean, we got to go home sometime,
I give the Patriots a lot of credit. They were down 15-1, right? And came up with the huge inning to. I mean, they didn't come all the way back, not yet anyway. But they gave themselves a chance.
I mean, I was told that St. Louis Patriots are typically very good by Jared Pettis, but I didn't expect the 14-run comeback. I mean, they still never tied up the game, still never got the lead, but kept the game going into this cycle of absolute craziness. As that is another ball and 5 thrown in a row. Maybe it's time you get Jacob Donzie out there to talk over Eskim. What's this, his 3rd inning on the mound? That one is high, foul, and if it's caught, will it be caught? No, it won't. There's an error on the shortstop. That's going to score a run. He could not track that one good enough, and that scores another run. And it's only a 4-point ball game now as it becomes 16-20. Off the air.
Mercy.
Yeah. That was. I mean, I know the wind's blowing, but I mean, I hate to say it, but that's definitely something that you can't just do that. I mean, that's a simple pop fly. That's a strike. 1. Up to hit. Dickman. He had a walk. He had an out. He had a double, he had another out, and he had a single, and now he's back. He's going to hammer this one to short, trying to make up for it. He's going to go to second, and that's the out. And that, gentlemen and ladies, is your ball game. 20-16 is your final score. We thought the game was going to end an hour and a half ago at the 5th inning after North County was leading by 14. But no, St. Louis Patriots held on, played a great game and made the score only a 4-run game, 20-16. Let's take a quick break, show a couple of our sponsors, and we'll be back with some of our UniTec Digital Media postgame.
State Farm Good Neighbor to me means being there for the customer anytime that they need you, giving our volunteer hours and also economic support, showing up at local events, at block parties, fundraisers, anything like that we can be of assistance in, but also being here for the customer. I'm Amanda Shipman, your local State Farm agent in Deloge, Missouri.
Hi, I'm Danielle Burns with Keller Williams, and here are some of my listings. If you're looking to buy or sell, give me a call. I'm happy to help.
What a game, Troy.
As we return you to North County Baseball Field, Hall of Fame inductions.
Bill McCaleb. Willard Alonzo Bill McCaleb was born in St. Louis but moved to Festus at an early age, where he went through Festus School District. After high school, Bill attended Westminster College for 2 years. With the possibility of being drafted for the Korean War, he joined the Air Force, for which he also auditioned for the band. He spent most of his time in the Air Force with the Strategic Air Command Band in Omaha. After service, Bill went back to college at the University of Missouri and co-led a Dixieland group called the Missouri Mudcats. After graduating from the University of Missouri, Bill moved to Colorado, where he formed the Dixieland group, which played 6 nights a week. The group folded after about a year, and Bill went on the road with several commercial big bands, one of which was Russ Carlisle. Growing weary of the road, Bill returned to Missouri and started a career as a high school band director. He spent most of his 28-year teaching career with North County in Bonne Terre and Deloge. He was North County's first band director and the first to start a stage band. Early in his tenure at North County, he saw the need for the newly consolidated school district to have its own fight song. In 1968, Bill wrote the North County fight song, lyrics, and music. During this time, he also received his master's degree in music from Southern Missouri State University He did take 1 year off to play 6 nights a week with a show band in Boston, Massachusetts. Throughout his teaching career, Bill continued to do weekend music work at a variety of places in St. Louis and Jefferson County. But Bill's favorite career was always teaching. Bill was very passionate about teaching and working with his students. At his passing, many of his former students came to pay their respects and to talk about what a great teacher he had been. He saved many letters and mementos that he had received throughout the year from his students and fellow teachers. Hopefully, he left a big impact on many people, just as many people left a big impact on him.
think we should go to church,
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to induct Mr. Bill McCaleb into the North County High School Hall of Fame.
Our next inductee is Mr. Jeff Lopes. Jeff Lopes began a Bonne Terre Bulldog and graduated a North County Raider in 1978. He held several football and track records. He had a couple of big game moments in both. Jeff was a four-time state qualifier in track and a track MVP for 3 seasons, 76, 77, and 78. He was the conference and district champion in several events. He lettered in 2 sports at CMC, which is now CMU. Jeff is very thankful for having incredible teammates and coaches. As a coach, he coached conference and district championship teams in 3 sports: football, track, and golf.
Welcome to the UniTec Digital Media postgame show. What a wild one from North County today. Oh my goodness. 20-16. We had a chance at ending the game in the 5th inning as North County was up by 14. It's a 10-inning run rule, mercy rule after the 5th inning. But no, St. Louis Patriots decided to come back, score, what was it? 10 in that inning, make it close again. We played the whole game. This game was insane. Wouldn't you agree, Chad?
It was a crazy one. We thought 15-1 looked like a 10-run rule game.
Yeah.
Patriots, you got to give them credit. They dug in. They came up with a big inning. They stayed in it until the very end. But congratulations to North County. Good rebound, Zach, yesterday. They had a tough opener against Hillsboro, but nice bounce-back game, beating a quality ball club. And maybe that'll set them on a nice path moving forward here.
I mean, looking so far right now, North County, they've got games to talk about, both of these games. Of course, I walked into school this morning. The first thing I was talking about was that North County game because there were crazy things in that game that deserve talking about. There's definitely going to be things that people will walk out of this one talking about. I mean, this was one of the most insane baseball games I've seen in a long time. So let's talk about our – real quick, let's talk about the Domino's player of the game. And, Chad, I think I'm good with giving it to, what'd you say, Zane Huff?
Well, some nice performances today. Huff was 4 for 4, on base 5 for 5. Pipkin right behind him. The 3-hole and the 4-hole both came through on the offensive side. 4 for 4 for Pipkin. He was on base for a 5 for 5, drove in 3. Why not co-players, huh?
Yeah. I mean, Zane Huff, Pipkin, Erston, he got in there and closed out the game. Of course, Connor Helms did an awesome game too. A crazy stat game from North County. So North County moves on to play Hillsboro tomorrow in not Hillsboro, West County.
There you go.
I'm sorry, in West County. So that should be a great game as well. It'll be broadcasted on 1240 KFMO. Let's wrap things up here from UniTec Digital Media. You're watching on the UniTec Digital Media YouTube channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe the video. Comment down below if you were watching the game. What do you think about this crazy game? And thank you for watching this live stream produced on UniTec Digital Media. I'm Zach Dollar. That's Chad Speaker. Our crew with us, Emma Richards.
Good work by Robbie and also Jake. We appreciate their work tonight as well.
And thank you to everyone tuning in. Have a good night.